Alright,
That's
so we're
cool.
going to go
That's
with
always fun.
legal randoms, which means that everything is set up. And the players are going to quickly be diving in as we commence the first streamed match of the, what's this called? The Armageddon 2 Default Derby Deluxe. We've got Mr. Gamer here, we've got Emperor. Both players quickly readying up. Of course, they will be playing in defaults, as is the rules, because why would you want to play customs? That just means you're playing double toaster on every character. And who really wants that?
That's actually true, though, for sure. Yeah, defaults is the spice of life here. We're seeing the matchup here, Min versus Twintel. Finally, we got another Emperor that plays Twintel. Man, it's been a hot minute since I've seen, like, probably this matchup in general, but, like, in defaults is really interesting. You don't see Min in defaults too often. I imagine she does pretty okay against, like, Twintel. That Dragon's could be a little bit of a nuisance on this stage in particular, though. I know her time slow. I'm pretty sure her time slow even like affects the dragon speed as well. It's gonna be might be a little bit difficult to keep that Twintel away.
So the dragon, if the dragon is coming out in Actress Aura, then yes, it will be affected. But the laser itself is not activated or affected by Actress Aura. In this matchup in general, Gamer's big objective is they need to be able to keep Emperor away. Twintel is very much an anti-counterboxer, zoner, safe play in this kind of game version because it's so hard to get that Dragon Arm. And then once you get that Dragon Arm, you need to keep the Dragon Arm. So, and Twintel, like, so Min-Min's probably somewhere in the middle. Twintel is easily one of, if not the best, default character because Actress Aura is really good. And she has such phenomenal arms with the Chilla and Thunderbird.
Yeah, it's very well rounded, and even like Parasol is like a good like counterpick arm too. It's such a good defensive arm for the moment. Like even like compared to something like Funshock, it still does the job. And I like so far Mr. Gamer sticking with the Ram on the left arm on Min. That's usually what you see for default Min. Because that's kind of like your best kind of pressure once you get that Dragon Arm up. It's so fast.
It's honestly the only. It's the only thing worth putting on that Dragon Arm for default Min. Megawatt, you can get really big and it can get really scary, but if they block it once, then they just grab you. And then a giant dragon is barely larger than a standard dragon.
Yeah, everything's a bit too slow. And yeah, this is where it starts. The T-Bird shock into the grab. He's got Rush on toe. This is a lot of leverage Emperor has right now. I like the way that Mr. Gamer's been like making sure that they're not up on the wall at all times, keeping their ground a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's going to be
that won't kill, but that's going to get close.
Yeah. That was very close regardless. This is going to be a big comeback Gamer needs to make. He's got...
That's not gonna happen, unfortunately. He couldn't find a... That was just a rough exchange overall. Like, Emperor was a much more on top of things, was aware of Min-Min's weaknesses. Gamer did not get, like, a Dragon Arm. Like, maybe one Dragon Arm that entire time. Because Emperor was just on top. And Gamer just doesn't know how, isn't comfortable enough with those defaults, and it's also just a hard matchup because like everything, like you said, everything except Dragon struggles against Actress Aura, but it's like the Dragon barely works when your opponent's just like pummeling you down with like Chillas and T-Birds. It's so easy just to get around that and just punish it out. So it's like you don't really have many good options. You pretty much have to play, like, punish game for whatever the Twintel does.
Yeah, for sure. We saw, like, I mean, one thing to note with Min-Min, too, is, like, she's even more momentum-based, you know, like, snowball heavy, because of the way her defaults are. Like, Rammer's the only, like, semi-fast arm. That's not even really that fast for an arm, but, like, that's kind of, like, the fastest kind of thing she has. And, like, when she doesn't have that speed with a Dragon Arm on her side, she needs to get that setup, right? At least something, like some kind of grab. But clearly we didn't get to see that started, unfortunately. But we'll see if there's some kind of like setup here these two players are going to make. We might see some sort of comeback. We'll see.
Yeah. So it looks like we are going to be sticking with the random legal stages, which means we can go anywhere. And it looks like Emperor is actually going to be switching over to Lillipop, who originally looked like one of the worst default characters. But if you remember correctly, that Smash and Splash, that default Smash and Splash tournament had 3 Lollipops, I think more. And most of the Lollipops that went in there just clobbered.
Yeah, I remember fighting Chateau, and he was playing Lola, default Lola, the classic Funchuck Biffler, and yeah, it was impressive. It was hard. It was really hard. Fortunately, that was like pools, and that technically that did not set me in like losers or anything, but
yeah,
that was super tough. And I remember he got second. He just got second in that bracket. He was fighting like Brass and Twin Tail and everything, and like he just got up there and it was like, dang, all right. I see how it is. He's built different. I see how it goes. But
so there's a few things that, and a lot of it too is like Lollipop has a very flexible build. You've got the Biffler, which is an excellent poking tool. You know it with Hydra. This thing is pretty similar. Even safer uncharged and even faster when charged. We've got the Funchuck, which I personally, it's one of my personal favorites in being a great offense and defensive tool. It also has an incredibly good rush for catching a lot of people, arguably better than a lot of things in certain circumstances. And then the big thing, clapback. And that thing will just, like, there are counters to clapback, but the counters to clapback are on characters that struggle against Lollipop. So, so it's like, there's not even anything going on there. So Lollipop just has good matchups across the board with maybe like Brass is an easy matchup because all he's got are like Cook-Up Glamour and gloves.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Moving on here, Mr. Gamer is putting on a lot of the momentum here. It's quite a bit of a different showing from the first game. I think it's mostly to do with the stage. Mausoleum was not giving him any chance to breathe like at all, and DNA Lab is much more conducive to letting that dragon get more space. Try to get more of that like those dragon setups, and it's clearly showing up here. You're probably gonna get win due to timeout, and yeah, there's not much you can do in that regard. Gamer's taking that first round here.
A big part of this too is also like, while I do say that, we've got a Ram, we've got a Dragon. As long as that Megawatt doesn't come out, Min-Min's maybe like one of the few characters that actually has some good answers for a couple of the things Emperor does. If Emperor knows how to use the Funchuck well, you can shut down this Min-Min easily. But I don't think Emperor is very comfortable with Lollipop's defaults, which means this was a pretty rough call on Emperor's side, and we're probably going to see them lose because of that character pick.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the idea of the character swap in the first place. I feel like maybe, like, he probably knew, like, due to the stage swap, that, you know, Gamer might have a different handle on, like, being able to send them out. They thought they could try something a little bit different, but yeah, it clearly, like, it's not working out nearly as well. They're getting huge damage, not as much as they could have gotten on the Rush 305. You're definitely not going to complain too much.
Yeah.
And at the having like the best opportunities to try to lock them down for Rush. We're gonna see it here though. Gonna get some pretty good damage.
265's all right. We take those.
Yeah, we definitely absolutely take those. One thing with the shield arms, obviously, the grabs are gonna be insanely fast, especially like this close up. It's just gonna be very, very hard to deal with, especially with Min-Min without Dragon Arms. Like you're probably going to expect way more of those grabs often than not.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and we are definitely seeing Emperor feeling the pressure here. Dragon Arm ready, Rush ready. There's very little room for Emperor to close this out. And yeah, Gamer's going to be able to take it. That was definitely, if in regards to like just playing and having fun and enjoying oneself, definitely could be a fun experience, can be a fun matchup. But if you're looking to try to handle the fight, that was, unless you are just really good with Lollipop, that was not a good call, and he definitely got punished for making that play.
It definitely happens, though.
Oh yeah.
I like the choice from Gamer at the end with that rush. The time was quickly coming out. Even if the rush didn't quite connect and if, Emperor blocked it, they still, they would have had like 5 seconds left. They had a pretty good health lead. Not much could have gone wrong here. It would have just bought him a little more time to get a more secure lead regardless. So that was really good, like, self-aware kind of game plan there from the Gamer themselves.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and it looks like we're going to be going to name redacted for the last stage, as the
goodness.
2 players have requested it.
Yeah, well, you can't refute them at that point. If 2 players agree with it, you gotta go.
Yeah.
And, you gotta go. I don't know how you feel. Well, no, I know how you feel. You play Mechanica. You hate this stage. I also hate this stage. But, it doesn't mean it's not fun to watch people play on it, so this should be a good time.
Yeah. And Emperor switching back to Twintel, I think this is a good call. This might be a little more difficult to make work with Twintel because there's a lot more room for Gamer to make distance. But at the same time, this is Twintel we're speaking about against Min Min. That Dragon can get interrupted by the tubes just as well. And if that happens, it is so easy for that Thunderbird just to scoop by.
Yeah, we're seeing the Megawatt on the left arm now. How do you feel about that ability for this stage in particular?
The stage, I would say it's a double negative here, because not only are we having it against Twintel, which means if you want to use Dragon Arm Megawatt against Twintel, you have to play hyper aggressive. You play at a distance, and literally all they have to do is wait for you just to throw it out, and you've lost. Dragon Arm Megawatt as well. Those tubes are pretty big, and if there's a big Megawatt on the field as well, that thing's going to be attracted to those tubes. You're going to be punching the tubes more than your opponent.
For sure. Yeah, and there's a lot of moments where, like, you get those angles where you're facing right up the, against the treadmill. It's very hard to guide, like, the arms in between the pillars like that, even with, like, regular arms. With, like, a Girth 5 Megawatt, that's going to be a little bit difficult. And
oh, yeah.
Just right now, Gamer's a little bit on the ropes here. Emperor's kind of feeling sort of at home here in this stage, actually. He's the one actually being a bit of a soner.
Yeah.
Crazy seeing the previous 2 games, and it's working out quite well.
I mean, if Gamer is needing to be hyper aggressive, then Emperor recognizing that and is just like keeping distance, keeping range, definitely a wise decision on his end. And we are going to see a swap to double Ram here. I think this is probably the best call. Like,
yeah. Because I think, the dragon sniping is going to be way hard. The treadmill is going to make it, like, so hard to try to get your positioning to make that dragon work. And Megawatt, we've seen before, it's a bit too slow. So you're going to get some pretty good return, especially on that rush. 370 is huge, considering the kind of rush that is. But Ember's going to get their own with the 285, evening things up just a little bit.
Yeah, and the other big thing, too, is Gamer has a win condition in just, like, rush farming. It's hard to find your opponent and to hit them here. If you can just throw out punches and generate rush and just, like, enjoy your pace and, make sure you're playing safe and smart, you can build up rush before your opponent, throw out 2 Ram Rush, just scare them into doing anything, and then all of a sudden you're winning.
Right. For sure. Oh, wow.
Nice counter grab.
Super fast, high-speed grabs here. Crazy. Alright. One other neat little thing about Redacted, even though you've got the treadmill, you've got a lot of these zonings, you've got these really, like, compact corners.
Yeah.
For a lot of those weird, like, sort of cornering stages. Unfortunately, we're not going to see much of that. Twintel, excellent counter rush there. Closes out here. I believe that's 2-1 here.
Indeed it is.
Unless if I'm crazy, this should still be best of 3, so Emperor gets to move on to round 2 in the bracket. And then I'll leave Gamer here with one last chance. They're going to be knocked into the losers bracket in, let's see where it is. I guess it hasn't really been filled out too much yet, so we'll have to see who they'll fight next. Let's see, number 1. So they'll be facing the loser of either Garrison or Table.
Very nice.
Very interesting. I think that's like Ninjara or Helix, if I remember correctly, so should be interesting.
Indeed. Let's see.
Hey, we're gonna get looks like we're having like an STL pairing next. We've got Durfla versus Nama. Who does Nama play again? I don't remember. It's been such a long time.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's one of the few I don't actually remember.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't kept like super close. I don't have super like clear memories of like keeping up with like the STL scene and who everybody played. So unfortunately, I would say like, you know, N-Man and Nama are like brothers. I would say maybe he also plays.
I know he does
Min.
not play Min.
Really? Okay. All right. So
I think it's a Springman. I think he plays Springman.
Springman? Okay. I know. I think that's either Springman or Springtron. The Springtron badge. It's one of those. If it's a Springtron, that'd be exciting because I don't think I've seen like. I think I've seen a lot of default matches. I have not seen a single Springtron in defaults before, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of makes sense because defaults kind of died a little bit before Springtron got into action. I feel like he's probably pretty good. He's got spring defaults. Like, you can't go too wrong with that.
Springtron definitely shines a lot more in, like, defaults than he does in customs. Or, well, no, it depends. It really depends.
Right.
But he can shine in defaults more because the Boomerang's still an excellent way to guarantee EMPs. And then also, like, you get a lot more characters that can't go as gung-ho aggressive against you, which means it's easier to do EMP schemes.
Right, for sure. Tron's also one of those weird little characters where there weren't that many people playing them, so unfortunately, like, you didn't get as much of a wide range of, like, what the character could do. He's kind of got some saucy stuff, but he definitely had some, like, polarizing matchups. We'll see how it fares. I mean, if Nama plays Tron at this point, they could very well be playing Springman. I don't know. This could all be for nothing, but, you know, it's fun to theory craft.
Indeed.
Let's see. I'm gonna find Discord again.
Yeah, and I do want to clarify, as much as Name Redacted is not a good stage for Mechanica, and while it's not necessarily a stage that I am fully for in one way or another, it's still a cool stage. There's not a stage in this game that I would look at and be like, that's not a cool stage. I love cinema.
This stage is lame, bro. I'm out of here. I don't want any part of this.
I'm not one of those scrub lords who picks a stage and hates it.
Yeah. We're fighting on a ramen bowl. That's lame.
Oh, jeez, it's too curved. It's too curved. The big bull.
Whatever. I'm playing on the Street Fighter training stage again. Leave me alone.
Let's go to the Let's go to the train. Let's burn those frame rates.
Yeah. No, we return to the grid. Back to the grid, y'all.
Speaking of, we are actually heading to Sky Arena as STL is definitely just like, it's STL. They like Sky Arena. If it wasn't for the sun, I would love this stage so much. It's still a great stage, just doesn't need the sun. I love how it's got that center arena and then the outer.
Yeah.
Got it.
A really unique
Springman,
layout, right? Like, it's very cool. There's like a lot of unique like counterplay you can have on the stage that you can't have anywhere else. But yeah, I mean, like, on certain TVs the sun isn't too bad, but it's very weird how bright it is. It's very weird how like bright they made it. This is very, very strange. Of course, we're going to see Durfla with the Helix. I fought this gentleman over in the appetizer last night. I was very surprised because I played Cobra defaults. Theoretically, that's not a matchup you're supposed to. Cobra has like Hydra and Slam, and those are huge arms, big coverage, and that just makes Helix sad. But that was like a pretty close match between me and him. He's got the sauce for sure. And of course, Nama, as we mentioned, it's going to be Springman instead. Definitely, you can't go too wrong with Springman. Got some very strong very strong tools in general with deflect. I mean, you just can't go too wrong in general.
Helix is definitely one of those harder characters to master how to play, especially in defaults. But as Durfla is demonstrating, once you know how, and like that experience that you had with the match with Durfla and how we saw him playing the appetizer, once you know how, that default Helix is scary.
Yeah, there's something about like the Guardian and the Laser together that creates like a genuinely like scary zoning. Like
It
Helix,
is
I remember for the
oppressive.
longest time, like maybe even still, like Helix is considered maybe the worst in default just because of how weird his set is. But I mean, depending on like your timings with like the Laser, with how they move in and out with like the opponent moves and everything, and it's very easy to forget about that Guardian.
I think
And, like,
Masango's
once
the
it catches
worst
up
in
to you-
defaults.
Yeah, probably Mizango. Yeah, it's very linear. Because I mean, he only has that one element, which is poison, which isn't very that strong on its own. But yeah, it's very easy to forget about that Guardian. Right now, Nama does not want him to get space at all, which is understandable. You need to.
Yeah, you need
really
to
do
get
not
in on
want
Helix.
to get that space for sure. Oh, good grab here. Getting some space. Yep, here's the Ice Dragon. Try to get some good chains. It's hard to set up chains with, Guardian. Once the Guardian's already out, you're like, okay, I know the grab's not coming out. But it's good to buy some time at least. Especially with this health lead.
Alright, so how
Still
things are
cheating.
currently standing. We are at about 50% between both players. Good chain of hits from Durfla will put Nama into critical. Gets him right back in with a nice boomerang. We are at 17 seconds left. This is still anyone's round here. Good couple of exchanges. Nama is not going to be able to get rush ready. Durfla does have his set up, and he's going to throw it out. Nice movement to stay alive, but we need that rush. Otherwise, Nama is toast.
Damage just needs one more hit. Oh, could not quite find it.
Nice
He got such a
timeout.
good- Yeah, he got such a good like positioning with like the boomerang on that higher platform. It was just like at the perfect advantage point to where he can be able to get Helix during his goopiest moments. That's moments where like you can't really like touch him super well. He was getting some good like pressure off of that. Unfortunately for him, Durfla got rushed at just the right time, was able to push him out and still have the health lead. There wasn't too much Nama could do about that.
And Durfla also demonstrating something really interesting about Sky Arena in that stage. A lot of people look at it as a very aggressive stage. You push the person out of the ring, and then you bully them. There's a lot of people that excel in that pocket and are a nightmare to get, and you cannot get near them. And it just means that if you know what you're doing, it is such a good defensive stage, and you can just if your opponent doesn't know how to approach in X circumstance like we saw here, it's painful. I think if we ended up going back there, Nama has demonstrated in that second round, he can turn things around. He knows how to approach better. If he's aware, wait.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Nama, so we're having a little bit of some confusion with the stage bans. We're gonna see what Durf can come up with bans. I think Nama tried to ban 2 stages, but I think we got kind of a little shell shocked when it comes to the which stages to pick when someone bans the stage where. So we're trying to figure that out right now. Let's see.
Yeah. Alright, so we are just looking for the next stage, and we can resume. If people are interested, do notice that on the right hand side we've got a little advert reel going on. Illusion. I'm a part of Illusion. It's cool. They're friends of mine.
Yeah.
They think I'm cool. It's nice. Buy Glitch. It's nice. You can subscribe to me or whatever. There's advertisements for other tournaments going on usually, like the Bi-Weekly Procrastination, which is one that I strongly recommend. We should probably turn on the fan because it's definitely becoming very clear that this room is going to turn into a sauna. And I do apologize to all of you, but I need to take care of myself, and I will like melt and die, and I do not want to melt and die.
Yeah, no, that's priority number one for sure. Definitely, we can take the hit with a little bit of background noise in exchange for that.
Yeah, it'll be less noticeable during the active matches anyways, because that's when the music kicks in and stuff. I can turn up the game a little bit to try to compensate.
So now we're looking at the Springtron here. Very nice.
I don't know what Nama is doing, because we are now inspiring with Springtron. This is very backwards.
To his fairness, I did see him try to ban like Maz and Buster, which I think was kind of like his line of thinking for what he wanted. He probably couldn't ban all three. I guess he's the one that picked it though. Right?
He absolutely picked it. And he is now playing like Springman. Like he's playing a very aggressive Springtron, which it can work. It's still Springman, but Springtron. He gets the double disarm.
There we go. Yeah, something I didn't think about. Like Helix's arms have such huge startup. You could probably get any EMP way more easily.
Yeah.
Just because you can have like Guardian out at that point. There's not much. You know, you kind of need to have it extended a little bit before you like retract it back. You probably have more room for EMP than most other situations.
Indeed.
Very interesting.
And I mean, we're about to get a perfect, so if I'm gonna, if I have to admit I'm wrong, I will admit I'm wrong, because he just got a perfect.
He got a perfect. He got a perfect. He did. He didn't even have to use rush. He's saving over. He's looking quite strong. Durfla getting a little bit of rush, but yeah, this is looking strong for the Nama here.
I would still say that Springman would work just as fine in this scenario, if not better. But we did also see that EMP that could read on those slower setups, and Durfla has switched over to faster arms, things that can't as easily get punished by EMP, and also can just kind of wall them out in these narrow hallways and paths.
Yeah, shout out to the Blorp gang, by the way. You guys are dedicated people, for sure. Yeah, I like the pick to be able to, like, make yourself less EMP susceptible, but you are at the same time, you are, like, picking two heavy arms. That kind of comes with its own, like, downsides as well, right? You can't be able to, like, cover the space quite as easily. You're a little bit more open, especially like Helix, right? You're in that tower mode.
Granted, Helix has two heavy arms and a dragon.
Right. Yeah, that's true. There's not too much like of a counter pick potential you can be able to get with that. And just like that, Nama be able to close the distance there. Very good job. Durfla wasn't able to have much space to be able to work it out here in this stage, so we're gonna even it up 1-1.
Yeah, no, that definitely paid off in dividends, as Nama got a very clean win there. I feel like that second round, if he went, I could definitely see that have worked out a bit better for Durfla. I mean, kind of. Nama just handled it really well. I do have to give him that. He sorted out that fight really well. Definitely caught me off guard. Just stayed up and oppressive and didn't look too much. He only went for one EMP. And the one time he did, he disabled both of Durfla's arms. And then he got a perfect. And then Durfla changed arms. So, like, I mean, there's also the strategy that if you're going to do it once, terrify your opponent, and just make them completely change their playstyle. And all of a sudden you win. I remember I had a matchup against a Mechanica that was double Hydra, and I got double, like, they started double Hydra, and it was the most difficult thing, because it's double Hydra Mechanica, and I ended up getting a double KO on them, just barely. Like, I was fighting tooth and nail to get that out. I got the double KO, and it scared them enough that they put double Hydra away. And I'm like, I win.
Wow. There you go. Yeah, I mean, that's the mental advantage right there. Like, not even just, like, you having to change your playstyle, but, like, you kind of make them doubt themselves. They're like, man, there's like a part of their mind there where they're always thinking like, I should have maybe switched back. I don't know. This may have not been a good idea, and that's a big deal, especially for a game like this.
Yeah, it's in a game like this, where like a good chunk of the fight is determined when you pick your character, your arms, and then another good chunk of it is determined when you pick your arms that you're going into the field. Like those are two fights on their own, and then you're having to fight off of those decisions. It is like, there's a lot of things going on that, like, if you make the wrong calls in the previous two spots, either things are intensely more difficult or straight up impossible.
Absolutely. And we're seeing a little surprising switch from Durfla switching to the Ninjara. I didn't even know he had a Ninjara, I'm not gonna lie with you. That is like a shock. And we're seeing the Coup classic, the double tri-blast. Yeah, can't go too wrong, especially against Springman and Tron alike. D5 characters usually aren't too fond of that arm. Especially on a stage like Scrapyard. You got so many of these like elevation changes. It's very tricky to try to like avoid that arm like in the vertical kind of axis kind of way. And we're seeing that right now. Durfla has got this zoning on lock. Yam's doing his best to try to close the distance.
That's just barely not a break. There's just too much range. Nama was pushed back. We are still just chewing away at this Springtron's health. And Nama is literally just playing while there is that mental game of the EMPs, in this situation, considering how Nama is handling things, he is literally just playing a slower Springman. And he is just about to be at the point where he would actually have permacharge, which would give him an advantage, and he's just not going to have it because he's playing the slower character.
Yeah.
That would be a perfect 250 spot, but he does not get that because he is Springtron. Here's an EMP. He doesn't even go for the EMP.
I think he's trying to get as much damage as he could, which, I mean, he could try to go EMP and just try to go all out, but I think he seems to be very eager to, like, try to do damage right now, but at the moment, he's not going to be able to do that. He gets his shield broken. Tri-Blast Rush is going to do that to you.
That's the problem, though, is if you're looking to get the damage going as fast as possible, you don't pick Springtron, you pick Springman.
Sure, yeah. No, definitely agree, though. I do like he didn't use Rush, though. It's going to be pretty good leverage. See him trying to close with this.
Nice!
Teleport, the classic. Yeah, always difficult to try to, like, even with Glove Rush as a Ninjara, it's always difficult. Oh, he gets the EMP. Alright, he's schmoving now. The high platform's not going to do a whole bunch.
He's getting good tempo.
This character is on skates when he does his work, and we can see the difference now.
Yeah. Like, the way Nama plays Springtron, it is entirely momentum. Once he gets momentum, he plays into it, and he goes for stuff like EMP, because he decides that his opponent is going to be panicking, trying to just scramble back onto their feet. And it's definitely scaring Durfla. If Durfla is able to keep a cool head and pay attention to what Nama is doing, though, like, it doesn't work. And then the other thing, too, like, that is not enough range. We're going to get the rush to take away this EMP. Nama has another chance to go for EMP, especially with that rush. He does have a safe setup. We do have the explosions going on. But, like, Nama very much, when he is disadvantaged, he's more often trying to just rebuild that momentum, which means he's more interested in pushing forward. We are seeing him finally starting to play Springtron correctly, which is good.
Yeah.
You want to
play way more EMPs. I think it could be an instance of, like, he's probably so used to playing Springman. He's pushed off to Tron, and obviously those two are so similar. He might still be in that, like, Springman, like, mindset. And it probably took him a little bit of games to figure out, okay, no, I'm Springtron. I gotta figure this out. I need to play a little more attuned to what this character's about.
Oh, that was a terrible misplay on Durfla's part. Jumping in the air, maybe anticipating the rush was going to be pressed in that moment. Nama just watches, just stares at him and is like, hey, you just lost.
There we go. And very good comeback for the Nama here. Gonna be able to close this out 2-1 in his favor. He'll be moving on to fight. Let's see, the winner of either Emperor or Astro Ninja.
Indeed.
Gonna be cool. Gonna be cool. And let's see. I think Durfla. So they're number 6. Let's see where they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight we're gonna fight Rice and Potato Salad. I don't know who this is. I appreciate the name though. It's very nice.
Looking on. Rice and Potato Salad is a no-show, which means that we're actually gonna. That's probably just gonna be a clean advancement for whoever is gonna face off against them. So it's either Balin, which I believe is Astro, versus Emperor. So I'm assuming that Astro's gonna be advancing to face off against Nama. Emperor is going to be knocked into the comeback bracket, who will face off against either Durfla or Loss. Is cool. Paul? Yeah, okay.
Oh, Paul? Okay. Alright, I see.
Yeah, he decided not to show. He wasn't able to show up for one reason or another. I mean,
sure.
Reasonably, it is like very, very early in the EU side.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Huge props to Yam for staying around.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's super sick. And let's see, so that's round 2. We're closely, very nearly going to go into the winner semis here. I believe, yep, Astro just finished up his set with Emperor. 2-1, that sounds like that was pretty close. Gonna move on to fight Nama here. So we've got our 2 sets here lining up. I don't know what Denny's picked out for us. I guess we're gonna wait on that.
I think.
But I'm down to watch either. I know we haven't seen Frosty or Table.
I do want to do that one, but I believe Durfla is probably busy with Loss at the moment. Oh no, that one just happened, which means that Frosty and Table might already be on the way. As these two are kind of tied together, which means that it's a lot harder to kind of catch one or the other until...
That's right.
Yeah. Durf is fighting Loss. So we can do... I guess we can do Astro and... Okay. Do we have Garrison and Yam? That could be a fun one. I'm always down for some Garrison.
Garrison and Yam, alright. I don't think I've ever seen Garrison, like, actually play before. I know they play Ninjara, because I've seen the render that Dendy made. So that would be fun. Yam is a very familiar name. It's very weirdly familiar. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the letter. I don't know. Maybe it's just... This is just the food.
I mean, Yam is one of those EU players that have just been around for ages.
Oh, they were an EU player. That's right. For that, let's see. Let's see. What else have they played it? Because I know I've seen them before.
I know Yam is generally a Min player. Though I have also seen Molopop.
Okay. Alright. Some pretty decent choices here against a Ninjara.
Indeed.
You're not going to have Ninjara really rushing down on you too much, so I think Minmin's probably could be a decent choice, although I could definitely see Lola being a bit of a problem with the, things like Fun Chuck Rush and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Oh god, I just closed your launch. That was the dumbest thing I've done all day.
Well,
oh my god. Okay.
I guess we're gonna have to end the tournament.
Oh shoot. Damn it. Yeah, the logistics check out. Yeah, no, tournament's done, guys. Anniversary's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Very sad.
Rip run, F's in chat.
F's in chat.
Christmas canceled.
Goodness me. Alright. I'll be right back real quick. I think my dog needs... I don't know, he needs something. I know he doesn't need food or water. He's well fed, though. I'm gonna
go give him some love.
Anyway. Well, I'll give him some love, for sure. Yes.
Alright, we've got Yam ready to go in, and we are just looking for Garrison to hop in. And it looks like we're going to be starting off with Temple Grounds. Right! Ribbon Girl. EU's favorite character. Definitely a good pick. While the character herself is generally less prominent in the NA side, she is a pretty common pick in the EU community. And while she does have a lot of things she can struggle with, she's got a glove, she's got Slap-O-Mander, she's got Popper. What more could you ask for? Starting things off, we do have the two quickly diving into a quick exchange against each other. Yam got a good opening hit, setting up some light tempo and giving them some very beneficial ground to control. And it's forcing Garrison to have to be on the offense. We've got Weakened Shield. He's going to go for it. I love to see it. You love to see it. We get 320 damage as a result. Yam now has a rush ready of their own. Likely looking for a confirm off that Sparky or Popper. Both really good rush confirm tools. But Garrison is playing his safest, doing his best to make sure that he doesn't get caught up in too much of anything, as he's got a nice 25% health lead, and as long as he is keeping his head cool and calm, he can definitely continue to just like trade and potentially time Yam out. We've got another rush ready in time as well. Yam tries to punish it, but you can't punish the Chakram.
Silly Chakram. What are you doing?
Silly Chakram. Rushes for me.
Oh man. Oops, all rushes. Alright, anyway. So we're seeing Yam with the Ribbon Girl. That's an EU classic.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know, maybe both of us should have expected it. I know Ribbon Girl's like 2 tiers higher for them than they are for us, so I mean it's kind of a very good pick. I think that's a good pick though, especially with like Popper. I know that's like Ninjaras have a lot of trouble with Popper in particular, because one distinct weakness is that it's very unsafe on block, but Ninjara does not have like a very typical block. You can't really like punish it that easily.
Yeah.
Because it's so fast on whip, so it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but it seems to be guaranteed.
Oh, he had the confirm, but he whiffed it.
Yeah, I think if he guided the Chakram the up, like if it like made it so that the knockback would be Ribbon Girl to the left, it would have worked, but unfortunately it's not quite what happened. Oh, you're gonna get a rush of their own. It's gonna be pretty decent, 275. We can't go too wrong with that damage.
Indeed.
Oh man, a bit of a scrappy scrap here. Garrison just needs one good little charge hit with probably either arm, maybe a little bit more. Definitely just needs like one uncharged hit now.
Yeah. Yam isn't too far away. A grab or a charged Popper or Slap-O-Mander would kill, but otherwise it's 2 hits away now. And we've got Garrison with a rush, and he is gonna pop it. 5 seconds left on the clock. Yam needs to close this now, but it's gonna be Garrison doing so.
Very good. We talked about that with Gamer and Emperor a little bit earlier. Buying a little bit of that time to use that rush last second so that you can push them back. Get that block, chip damage in there instead to secure that health lead. And yeah, not much Yam could do in that instance. So, pretty good way to close that out.
And a lot of the things that you can do are very risky or are very risky, potentially impossible in a leggy scenario where it's like you're playing across an ocean. But at the same time, in that situation, it's one of those cases where it's like, if you don't, you lose anyways.
I mean, you can't go too wrong either, regardless. And yeah, that's very true with what Gaddy put up in chat. You know, Popper kind of had, you know, obviously it's a lightweight, so it's gonna get outweighed by a lot of Ninjara's tools,
Yeah.
and Blast has that opportunity. One thing to remember though, uncharged Popper in particular is a menace. It is a menace for like space coverage.
Indeed it
like
is.
those two pellets like going around that circle, it is so pesky, especially for Ninjara. So I think especially with Ribbon Girl's movement, it's you could definitely make it work. It can be very pesky for the Ninjara to work with.
Yeah. Especially, yeah. You jump, you throw out a popper, they're gonna struggle against it. Going off of everything what everybody said too, I don't think Ribbon Girl is the right choice for this matchup. Min Min might work a little bit better just because you have a heavy arm, or you've got the Ram's S tools, knowing what Yam is capable of, or Lollipop. I mean, Lollipop's always a good option. Like,
yeah. Definitely, I mean, Punchuck alone is going to be so good against, like, a lot of, I mean, except for maybe, let's see, Buff is the green one. I mean, Chakram and Cylash just lose to it outright. The priority on it is so good. I definitely think Ribbon Girl doesn't not going to do too well on this stage, in particular, as we're seeing here. I think it's a little bit too close for Yam to get a little comfortable.
Yeah.
Garrison's feeling really at home with being able to move around everything.
Dendy makes a good point as well in the fact that like a lot of NA players don't play against Ribbon Girls that often, so they struggle with the matchup. But I do have a counterpoint in the fact that while that is true, once you start getting to the players who are good, and there are just players across the board who still are the case, they still know how to play against Ribbon Girl, and it's like they might be a little rusty, but you give them like 2 minutes. Oh, it's Ribbon Girl. It's her. She's not, like, she's both good, but she's really not that good when you know how to play against her. And especially when it's, like, a default Ribbon Girl. Like, Garrison is just dominating these matches.
Ooh,
Yam is just not able to keep up because Buff is just hard countering that popper. Chakram is just Chakram. Like, Yam's best option is Sparky, and it is by far the worst glove in the game, especially when your opponent has a better glove on too, which means that they're just gonna outdo you in everything.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that. We're definitely seeing that now. Garrison getting a pretty conclusive win here. I think that's gonna close it out for them.
Yeah, that was a clean one.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. I think they'll be moving on. I don't remember where they are in bracket. Let's see. Yeah, they're in. Okay, so in losers, Garrison's pretty far in the losers right now. He might have to wait a little bit before. Well, you know, he doesn't have to wait that long. You just have to wait for someone in semis to go into losers to fight. But he's got a little bit of a break and to go. He'll be fighting. Let's see who he's gonna be fighting. The loser of Astro or Nama. So,
Oh,
that would be.
that's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, that sounds like an exciting one for sure. Yeah. I definitely remember when Ribbon Girl was like the craze in the first month, like pretty much around the world. That was like everyone's like nightmare, because no one knew how to move, and like everyone was like focusing on their own character and stuff, and like Ribbon Girl was over here just doing gymnastics and just like they're just jumping all over the place. They're just like making your camera into the worst thing ever. It was a really funny time, and people were like, "Oh no, you just wait till she lands."
Yeah.
People,
or you just put on one of the arms that are just like, "Oh, you jumped? I pressed the button anyways. Oh, you got hit. Wow."
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time back then.
Yeah.
Laps in Phoenix, true. Yeah, Phoenix is also very good for like getting those really weird jumps. Yeah, it's another one that Ribbon Girls kind of hate quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, like Ribbon Girl's just one of those characters like when you're at a lower level of skill, she seems unstoppable. She seems great. But once you start getting to like really top level stuff, there's a reason why she's lower tier in North America. Like, there are definitely more things you can do with her. So I would probably, like, and the EU demonstrates that well, but I think the EU, like, in terms of Ribbon Girl's placement, it's probably where the EU thinks it is. But unlike a lot of characters where it's like you can see them fluctuate, maybe if somebody comes in and like demonstrates what a character's capabilities are, you can see them go up. Now I think Ribbon Girl's like stuck there. Like, she's not that high. She's not the worst character, but she has a very clear limit compared to like everything else.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the fastfall is like her saving grace, right? The fact that she can do it on any air dash. If she didn't have that, or like if she could only fastfall on like the second air dash or something, she would definitely be the worst character. But she has just enough to get like be able to mix people up for sure. It's just a lot of it when you're fighting someone who's very aware. It can be kind of an uphill battle sometimes, right? And yeah, that's what we can see, like a lot of moments whenever we see Ribbon. But I know a lot of Ribbon Girl players in EU are kind of built different, so I mean it kind of I don't know, it kind of evens out a little bit in a weird way. Let's see. Alright, so we're getting, I believe we're getting Astro and Nama, the one we just mentioned.
Yes, we are.
The winner will be moving on to, what is this, Winners Finals, and then the loser will be facing off against Garrison.
Yeah.
Well, that should be tight.
Coil's her own beast. Coil in defaults is okay.
Yeah.
Her arms all suck. Like, they're still good arms, but her kit just, like, she doesn't have a good kit. But it's still Dr. Coil, which means it doesn't matter that she's got a bad kit, because she's just
at least okay.
You're good. Like, she's so safe that it's like there's so few arms that can actually take her on that, like, all you have to do is just focus on not getting hit, and then like punishing every once in a while.
Yeah, I guess that's why we're gonna see Astro switching over to Brass. Arguably, probably, maybe the best character in defaults. So, you know, I endorse that. I feel that seems appropriate against Nama's Springtron, which I don't think I've seen this matchup before in my life, to be honest.
I would not say Burchuk balances Coil out. I'd actually say that it's worse on her because she can only use the worst version of it. She doesn't get a jump. But yeah, best character, like one of, if not the best character in defaults. We got Brass, we got the Muscle Daddy.
Yeah, we're already seeing right now. I mean, Brass is just such a menace. I mean, like, his arm set is like probably the perfect thing for a character like that. Like, you see characters like Springman and like Ninchard, and he's got like good arm sets, right? I mean, they're good, like they're properly good, but like they don't fit how they like to play quite as much as Brass. Like, Brass is just like oppressive in so many ways. You got two of like the best gloves with like, I mean, Kablammer, I mean, to be fair, Kablammer's kind of just there.
Yeah.
But like you've got two like Nade and Roaster, which are like one super fast high damage arm, and the other is just like very oppressive, super active hitbox. On top of, you know, Brass shenanigans, it's just pain. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's just pain and suffering.
I think there's only one character that, I mean, Dr. Coil might contend with Brass because Dr. Coil. But realistically, I think the only character that like contends with Brass is Lollipop, and that's because she's got the clapback and Biffler.
Yeah. We saw something really weird. Like, Astro got so like insanely up close.
It was crazy.
That like we just saw the grab and most of the rush miss because Springtron was just that close to like his chest. So like the arms were just like going left and right, but it didn't matter too much. Astro still got the momentum ahead of his side anyway.
Yeah.
Gonna get that first game in pretty conclusively.
Nama might have been able to punish him with a grab, and I think that's what he was going to go for. but he dropped the shield just as he got back into the range for that rush, and then he ate the damage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see what the stage picks are going to be. Astra's going to ban DNA and Temple, which is funny because he did pretty well in DNA.
I think he just doesn't want to go back there.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
keep it fresh. Keep it fresh.
That's proper. It's just very funny to see someone ban a stage they just won in.
Yeah.
That feels very funny to me.
I mean, we have a lot of funny people in ARMS. Like, there's a lot of people who will, like, play very casually until they get knocked into the comeback bracket, and then they just go out and, like, stomp everybody.
Yeah.
Because they just want more games, or they'll just, like, they just don't want to be in the same stage, so they'll just ban the stage that they just played on for the sake of doing it.
For sure, yeah, that's totally true. And it looks like Nam is going with sparring, which, I mean,
there we go.
He's a hero in my heart, at least. I'm glad he can look death in the face and feel nothing as he picks this stage as a counter pick. We're going with an immediate grab on round start. Try to pick up that pace. Do not let Brass get started.
This is what I like. We got deflect. Yeah. We got the Springman sparring ring. Like, as long as he's making these calls, like, we've got a basic perfect. Oh, he does not remember the wake up deflect, and now it is Astro on the advantage. Good catch with the toaster. Gets caught by the deflect again. Nama, please remember that. You got it anyways. He got it anyways.
I think there's a little too much adrenaline running in Nama's head right now. His brain is all in on full on, 100% mash on the pedal here, and we're seeing that now. Which, I mean, I can understand because you obviously you do not want Brass getting started on the stage.
Nice catch.
That was such a weird rush, but. Yeah, it's very interesting. I know people say that this is like Springman's, at least for the longest time, Springman's like the Brass killer, supposedly, because like, he's got a sort of similar skill set. He's very small, so Brass has some weird kind of interactions with being able to aim his punches with his broad shoulders.
Yeah.
Toasters are obviously quite good.
Can outbox the nades or roasters as long as you're like handling the boxing exchange right.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that started when back when like Kara was fighting against Pegger, right?
Look at these two.
What the heck? This is that's real arms right there. What we just saw. That's like peak arms entertainment.
They literally were just staring at each other, oraing.
Just playing patty cake in the corner. You gotta love it. Oh, yeah, the arm disable. Would be like that. Yeah, very good counter rush from Astro. Jumping up, making sure that glove rush is nowhere in sight. And I think that's it for Astro, right? Since this is semis.
Yeah, that is still best of 3. Brass 1-2-0. Nama had a really good round and managed to take Astro out, but he just started losing. Astro just put the pedal to the metal and he just ran things through, and he managed to keep things going much better to him.
Yeah. You can't go too wrong with that. Definitely. Astro in a pretty good spot here. Absolutely guaranteed for third, if nothing else.
Indeed.
So, he's looking nice there. Nama is going to be moved over. Where is he going to be moved over? That's 15, so that's going to be... Oh, yeah, against Garrison. We just mentioned that, so...
Yes.
We might be able to... see that, or we're gonna see Table versus Frosty since we're still in semis.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So, Table. I believe this is the same Table that plays Helix, right?
I think so.
He was in. Yeah, he was in like Smash and Splash 5. I want to say.
Yeah, we've seen him before.
Yeah. So that would be.
Nope. Different Table.
Different table. Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
there are different brands.
Different brands of tables.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Like this one might be
He does-
mahogany.
Mahogany. Yeah.
Mahogany.
Yeah. Whatever brand. I know that's like a Ninjara logo he's got sporting. So it could be mahogany. Could be the certain particular brand of like what Ninjara would be if he was the table. So.
Anyways, we are getting things set up. Looking forward to seeing how this go. Frosty is one of, like, the default players these days. Like, everybody knows Frosty for playing default Kid Cobra. And he plays a smooth Kid Cobra.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember seeing him like a long time ago. He was like one of the only other default Cobras aside from me. He was quite good. He was
He's only gotten better.
Stuff. I believe it. I definitely believe it. I'm really excited for this set. I don't really know who this other mahogany table plays, but no, I'm definitely super excited.
Indeed. Looks like we are going to be starting things off inspiring. So let us dive in. Let's get a groove on. And we've got Twintel versus Kid Cobra. Kid Cobra is one of those characters in default where it's like he has a lot of things that he can struggle with, but he's also Kid Cobra and he has a lot of things like this is probably one of those characters that is, unless you're like playing against like Ninjara with Chakram, in which case, I mean, it's a small girth Chakram, so it's not that scary. Kid Cobra is entirely based on skill.
Right.
Like, if you are good with default Kid Cobra, he is so scary. If you are not good with default Kid Cobra, he can be so good, but he'll generally struggle with a lot of things.
Absolutely. Yeah, he could be a menace for sure. His default set is not that bad. I mean, it can cover a lot of things. It just has some like, it's one of those weird arm sets where it's very clearly like, it's got its strengths and it's got its very clear weaknesses.
Yeah.
As well, we'll probably see those in a minute, particularly with Rush. I'm sure we'll be able to spot that out in a minute.
I love his rushes so much when he lands them.
They're very satisfying for sure. We're gonna see Twintel's rush though. I'm gonna close this out. Classic T-Bird confirm into the rush, setting the tone here for this first round. As solid as Cobra is, as has been proven for default meta, I would say this is one of the matches where he doesn't do quite as well in. Just because Twintel and Cobra in general is one that I would honestly say like Twintel has like maybe a slight advantage in. And I think with like how much more well-rounded Twintel's set is, it can create a little more of like an overall advantage within the neutral in general, especially with obviously the time slow, right? So
yeah.
We're starting to see a little bit of that right now. Table's trying really setting the pace, but Frosty's saying no, he wants to play too. He's trying to win also as a natural competitor himself, so this is it's looking spicy.
We've got the rush ready. That can be a kill option. Frosty's only looking for 250 damage.
Oh, he could have gone on a rush. That probably would have been.
That would have been enough.
KO for sure.
That's enough.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, you'll take the grabs too for sure. And there you go. Game 1 goes to Table. I like it.
Nicely done.
We'll see what the counter picks are gonna be. Table is gonna be banning Mazo and DNA. I think that's wise for against the Cobra.
I think Frosty wants to go back to Sparring Ring. He loves that stage.
Oh really?
Let's see.
Okay.
And
I feel like that's a very precarious stage against like Twintel and default. But I mean, if he's really comfortable with it, then I mean, you might as well, right?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, right. He is set to go to Sparring Ring again. We're getting that run back. I would love to see. So far, we've only really seen Hydra on Frosty. I would love to see like double curves, or at least like Mander or
Oh,
Boomerang.
double
I think it
curve
would be
Cobra, default Cobra is so good. Yeah.
yeah,
I know he likes, he generally goes with like Hydra and Coolerane or Slamamander depending on the scenario. Usually it's Coolerane though. I would love to see him get more familiar with double curve arm, especially with just how wild and erratic Cobra's movements are. You could just curve around everything.
Absolutely. I mean, especially with a character like Twin Tail, right? Obviously, I mean, she's dashing left and right. There's so much lateral movement she wants to use, and being able to like deny that, it's very like disorienting. Trying to like, you see like Mander and Rain come out at once. They're all come out at like very different angles, and like at a small stage like this, it can be kind of scary. So it could be what he needs. But if it's outside his comfort zone, I definitely understand.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice little chillest night from downtown. Setting the table down at match point here. Let's see what Frosty comes up with. Yeah, he does have Rush. Oh, doesn't quite land it. Yeah, that is that is like one of the weaknesses we've mentioned with Cobra. The Rush is kind of you have to set it up a little bit. The hitboxes are very specific. It's not anything like Chakram or Funchuck where you can just like put it out and it just like covers like 80% of the screen. It's kind of you have a much higher chance of missing.
That was definitely a very desperate Rush.
Right, for sure. We're seeing, hopefully we're going to see a little bit more desperation here soon. He is not in a good spot. He is stuck against this wall, and unfortunately he's going to eat this Rush.
Yeah.
And Cable making a pretty nice and clean conclusion to this set, going 2-0 with the Cobra. He's going to be moving on. I believe, what was that, winners? That was winners semis, so Frosty still has a chance. Table's looking mighty good. As that'll be a pretty good match for Astro, as they'll be facing off together in winners finals.
Oh wait, is this best of? No, it's.
This is let's see. Yeah, this is best of 3 still, since I know this was semis.
Yeah, no, this is best of 3.
Yeah, that should still be a thing.
Oh, we're talking about the next match.
Right. Yeah. So that would be the winners finals between Astro and Table. That's gonna be best of 5. This set is done. This set is over. Right. Frosty's gonna get his place, and Loser's gonna be fighting the winner of either Durfla or Emperor, which I don't know if they got started yet. We could watch that, or we could wait. We'll have to see what it looks like in Discord.
Yeah.
We got 2 potential matches, assuming they haven't started yet. Between Nama and Garrison, and Durfla and Emperor. We're gonna see one of those 2.
Yeah.
Presumably.
And we are going to dive into the winner finals from the looks of things. So Table will be sticking in, Astro will be returning.
Alright. Very cool. Is Astro not on the friends list with either of us? That's crazy. I would have thought for sure he had like at least one of our codes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, we'll figure it out one way or another.
There we go.
Here we go. There's Astro. Alright, so we're going to have what is probably going to be Twin Talon Brass. That's a very common matchup. You get far enough into these default brackets. I remember during back in the olden days when 2GG was the thing, the 2GG series, when they were strictly running defaults, as soon as brass was pretty like common, like people were used to brass at that point, like brass and Twintel was pretty common. So we're gonna see a pretty like, I mean, no pun intended, literally an explosive match here, just a little bit.
Yeah. I would definitely say this is more in Brass's favor. That said, if Twintel can get the pressure on Brass, it's... Yeah, you're definitely right in it being, like, very explosive, because it's like, if Brass holds on to advantage, then Brass is definitely just, like, throwing out explosive nade after explosive nade, and there's very little Twintel can do about it, especially if he ends up just making a good read and throwing out a grab during these explosions. But if Table gets the advantage, Actress Aura just means that like there's little to nothing that Astral can do with Brass.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. And I mean, Twintel has, definitely has some good tools against Brass. Ice in general is very strong against Brass in general. Like you get like a charge ice against him, like even when he's buffed, like his buff state immediately goes away, and you're in a state where you can like enforce 50-50 like strike throw mix-ups, and which is like probably the thing like Twintel's the strongest at. Like she's probably like the strongest at enforcing the dice mix-ups. So it's gonna be very momentum based for sure.
And we are definitely seeing like you are 100% right on this, because it is just both are just aggressively trading with each other, swing after swing. And the other thing too is like on top of the ice, electric also takes away armor. They're two very great options for handling Brass. And we do have a kill with Rush, or he just gets a read. He waited just a little too long to go for the rush, and then ended up popping it before he can get the deflect. That should have been his. I think he got too greedy though, and then he panicked.
Yeah, that was so sad because they had like so many opportunities to get like rush like beforehand.
That should have been tables. That was just like 5 seconds of numerous bad calls on Table's part where that could have been it.
Yeah, but Astro do it very well though. Almost gets the shield break and doesn't want to risk taking any damage from that ice spec stuff. He's just gonna go, okay, I'm just gonna go rush and be able to reset back to neutral where I feel, relatively comfortable. Table though, with rush of their own, hopefully they don't waste it too much like they did last round. We're able to get like a really good like start with what they can do here. Although one thing that is scary though, is like if you pop rush on grass, kind of like this, like
that extra 5 damage was so bad.
You're putting them into the red where it's like, oh yeah, they're kind of stuck, which is like why a lot of grass players recommend you try to rush grass like when he's almost dead, so that you don't like try to deal with it in general. And
yeah,
this is looking a little rough. Oh, the last hit didn't connect.
There's a shock. Gets a grab.
Not gonna quite be enough.
That is enough.
Wow.
Table had so many bad calls during that, but still like managed to pull through, kept a cool head. That was very impressively done, and we're going to be heading into this with rush advantage. Table needs to be able to utilize this rush. I would probably say throw it out right from the get-go and build up another rush just so you get a little bit more of that tempo.
Yeah.
Before Astro has his rush ready.
Oh. Okay. Maybe if I get the... I feel like they definitely could have popped rush there. T-Bird's definitely fast enough to be able to...
Oh, we've got a disconnect.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, that was such a crazy comeback. I thought for sure that grab in the second round was not going to be enough. Like, I thought for sure that would not be enough. It seemed like it did, like, just enough damage. Like, all of those points, like, mattered to be able to close out that third round. It's,
yeah.
Oof.
Alright, so it looks like we
Ooh.
are experiencing some temporary technical difficulties as the table has cracked.
The table has been flipped. That's unfortunate. I've had that happen to me before. Sometimes your internet just goes down, like, out of nowhere. That is very frustrating to deal with.
Yeah.
Let's see, we're just trying to get an update for a second.
Yeah. Table is finally real.
Finally.
I can't believe it.
It's just... It's
In
right in front of us.
2022, we finally have real tables.
Man. Alright, so fortunately it doesn't look like it's like a prolonged, like, internet outage or anything like that, like a lot of people might have. It's just a very temporary thing. Hopefully they will be able to join back in just a little bit.
Yeah. Shouldn't be too long, and we could probably resume. I believe the state when they got into round 3 was table with full rush. Astral was at quarter rush, and then it was 1-1.
Yes, yeah, I believe that is correct. I do remember table at least having like the rush advantage, so that should be good. So yeah, so I think Astro landed his rush, and then they were at a little bit of that deficit while table had his. Yeah, I think that's right.
Mm-hmm. You know, Sector, I have something. If you were wanting to play defaults during our match, you could have just asked me. I would have swapped to defaults. I noticed that you were playing defaults. I'm like, if I knew, I would have switched to default Mechanica.
Well, so I mean, so here's the thing. Like, I didn't want like specifically defaults. I was trying to like, I was going in pretty like ice cold at the moment, and like
Fair.
I needed like something that I knew that would work. I know like defaults are old, trusty, and good and reliable for me, right? So I went for that just to hope that it would bring something up, and then I forgot I was on sparring ring. I was like, oh shoot, this is a little counterintuitive. But you know, that's the way things go. But yeah, it's a learning experience, as all things are. We're seeing very unfortunate news. Table is looking like they're going to DQ. At least at the moment, I'm not sure if they're gonna like DQ and just go to losers, or if they're just gonna drop out outright. I guess we're starting to figure that out right now. Let's see. Yeah, at the moment we can definitely look at Frosty in the winner, which in the bracket, so that would be, yeah, so Emperor won against Dirtfly, so we're gonna see Froster, and I think Frosty and Emperor. I almost thought we just saw that match, but that was the difference in Twintel. Table was
we've got lots of time. We've got Frosty versus Emperor, then we've got the winner of that versus Garrison. Then we can come back to this.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan. Absolutely. Yeah, so Frosty is going to fight a different Twintel, unless if they switch to someone like Lollipop or something. Maybe they're not quite comfortable with the cover matchup with that character. You know, you never know, but
meanwhile, while we're waiting and trying to get things set up, I'm gonna plug something to celebrate ARM's 5th anniversary. I did write a fun little story about Helix breaking out of the DNA lab, and my voice is cracking. So if you want, if you want to check it out, it is in the link in chat right now. Just click it and go view it and enjoy.
Absolutely. Definitely, everyone can go read that short story before, so that we can have time for Malik to regain her voice back. I think that's an excellent idea.
No, my voice is destroyed. I've been just laughing and yelling and screaming and making weird noises for the last 2 to 3 days. It's just a mess.
Oh, all right. Well, that's unfortunate then. Dang. Let's see.
It looks like it's back.
Oh, yeah, the connection's back for table. Okay, so yeah, let me get myself updated real quick.
Should you write an 5th anniversary ARMS fanfic? I mean, if you want. Do what you want.
Yeah, it's a free world out there. Do anything you would like.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Astro coming into chat to shill his stuff.
Nice, nice. Love it.
Yeah, looks like... so I'm not sure what we're doing.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and try to pick things back up with Table and Astro. It looks like Table's connection is stable enough. They're gonna try again. I'm assuming we're gonna go, like we just talked about, we're gonna go start with like the 3rd round. And we're gonna try to get everything nice and lined up to where things were before. So we can pick up on where we left off. Oh wait, no. Frosty and Emperor are gonna... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Frosty and Emperor are gonna be fighting off stream in the meanwhile. While, we get these two on the stream and underway.
Yeah. Alright.
Still waiting for Astro here. Thank you guys for hanging out and waiting with us, of course. We should be starting just a little bit. We're starting to get caught up with everything with what the deal is and how we're going to start this out. Or how we're going to resume this out, rather.
Yeah.
And we should be good. We should be underway.
Alright, we've got them back, so if we can set things back to how they were, we can definitely keep things rolling. Table is voting that we just give the first round to Astro. But I honestly, I mean, it was just a random mistake. It wasn't even on his fault.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it depends on how Astro feels, obviously, but I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to set up. I mean, they would just, I mean, they would just get to like the 3rd round. They just have to make sure that like they have enough meter. Like, it's not like there's not gonna be too much work there. So, yeah. We'll see. I mean, if he's insistent enough on it, we can definitely do that. But we're gonna try to work it out. And Astro's wanting to play it out again.
Alright, so
that's likely what we're gonna do.
yeah. So we'll spend the first couple of rounds balancing out the scores, building up rush.
Go. It should still be on DNA. Here we go. Very nice.
Why is he playing Dr. Coyle?
I don't know. That is weird. That's very weird. I mean, I don't know. Maybe as long as Table's not like, he seems to be pretty laid back about all this. So I don't know. He probably might not care too much. So we might not be able to let this go. But this is definitely weird. It's definitely very weird.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna reset, and also it looked like we're just fighting. So we're just gonna.
Alright, simple little mistake here. Brass and Coil, they're next to the character select. These things happen, even though they're not, but you know. That's how these things go. But we're back on track here. Brass and Twintel. I actually don't remember.
Are they just gonna I guess they're just gonna go in, or are they okay, no, I think Astro's just, are they fighting? They're not gonna build rush? I guess they're just fighting, okay. Alright.
I think they're probably waiting to get to like the last round, so that it's like technically right that they were like in the third round, right? And then they're gonna build rush, right?
I'm not sure what they're exactly doing.
Yeah. Well, you know, we'll figure it out. We'll see.
Because Astro will need to yeah. Oh yeah, he's just taking the L here.
Yeah, so it looks like they're trying to get to the third round so that they can, like...
Astro needs to pop his rush. Because he's not supposed to have the rush.
We're probably... There we go.
Dude, just use the rush. Why? Don't be fancy. We don't need fancy. Just... Okay, I think that's more rush than he had, but it's like... not that much. It should be fine. Alright.
Yeah.
Resuming. Here we go. Mr. Table against Astro. I think Table was technically supposed to have rush, but he'll have it within like half a second of the match starting.
Yeah. Probably gonna be like 2 dashes, and they're probably gonna get it anyway. Or, yeah, maybe a little more than that. There we go. Getting started.
It's... Okay, he is fighting back.
There we go. I guess they're trying to compensate for like the health difference that they had before they disconnected.
I guess.
Like I mean, obviously they weren't in full health, so. Okay, there we go. There we go. Looks like we're doing it for real.
All right, we're resuming now. This is definitely knocks him right into critical. Astro is now definitely looking for a chance to rush, and he is going to go for that moment. Whiffs the chance, but he does get 135 as Table does not want to get shield broken there. Ooh, nice catch. That's a kill.
Another 160 grab. All those points matter. Very nice.
I guess that's it, and we do have Table starting off with the first point.
A long and arduous win for the Table here. But he got there. As a reminder, folks, this is best of 5 because this is in winners finals. So we've got like potentially 2 more games before, you know, or you know, maybe more, but at least 2 more before we move on. One of these 2 moves on to Grands.
Yeah. Alright, so we do have Table able to take this grass out. Gets a good first point, gets a nice healthy lead and some control on that going on. Definitely needs it because this is Astro we're talking about.
Yes. Yeah, things can go south very fast with Astro. Just in a lot of different ways when you really think about it. But we've got a Table banning Mazo and Scrap at the moment. Pretty interesting picks for against what do you want to ban against grass?
That is a very particular but sweet message. Spinach is great.
Oh yeah, Dendy just being out of context again about his food. That's a classic Dendy moment.
No, Nama's talking about how like I convinced Nama to go spinach instead of lettuce, and now he thinks about that whenever he orders spinach.
Okay, I see.
Because I am an influencer and I influence people down to the most minute of details.
There we go.
I have all the power.
We're all remembering things as normal. I just thought Denny was talking about spinach just unprompted. And I was like, all right, bro, you calm down over there. I'm sure what you're having is good. Just chill. Alright. Going to Buster Beach, the famously banned stage from Japan because Keiga just whooped people's butts too good with grass on it, but we're moving on here anyway. Definitely you can work out on grass, though, depending on the play.
Oh, that combo was so... that was a classic Twin Tail Ice Chain.
Oh,
nice guard. Nice guard.
Yeah, the explosion triggered, and Astro was able to block just before it would able to proc, and was able to get like a pretty decent conversion off of that.
Indeed.
Nice. All right. But as they say, the tables have turned as the table himself is stuck in the corner. Whereas Astro's looking a little more comfortable putting himself in the hot pocket because he knows it's got a good amount of space.
Oh, he gets the trade just before Table's able to get what he's looking for.
Yeah, he's gonna take that first dub here with the nade. Looking very nice for Astro right now. Sticking with the same stuff because, you know, you're brass, you're not going to switch to full glamour. We all know this. Does a decent conversion with what he's got. And very good setups.
Nice chip damage there. And manages to be able to get Astro off of that armored state. Just needs to be able to keep pressure up. We've got a Max Brass in the hot pocket. There is very little for him to do, but he gets a wake-up grab and immediately tries to throw Table into the hot pocket too.
Oh, the nade. Oh, you hate to see it. It's happened to everyone, and it happened to Table just now.
Yeah.
And we're going to see the counter rush here. Astro taking it out last minute. Things were looking really nice for Table. They put him in the hot pocket. I was wondering when they were going to use rush, but Astro was able to slip by, be able to slither away with what he had before anything too raw happened, and was able to turn it around.
Indeed. Looks like we're going to be going
through...
Oh
god, Andy, I definitely want Max right now for sure. Oh god, Max or Culvers. It's been too long.
That stuff was good.
It's been too long. We gotta go to a place. We gotta pay like an absurd amount of money just to have those two things again, just to travel to where those two things are together and just eat at those places again. Absolutely.
You got a Culver's in Dallas?
What the heck? I didn't know this.
Dendy, pay for my flight. I'll come over.
Oh my god. Just mail me the burger, bro. I'm good. We're in the same state. You can do that.
It's probably easier than mailing like a 12-pack of soda.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's definitely true. Well, I mean, listen, the soda made it all right. So as far as I'm concerned,
that was a good soda. Like.
Yeah, it was a good soda. Definitely. Never forget the Sprite Cranberry. The gifts your friends can give you. But anyhow, we're going to sparring ring. I believe we must be table kick, which is
Yep.
that's spicy. That's definitely spicy.
That,
although, you know,
how did that grab connect?
I don't know.
That
Yeah,
looked like there was
I
a punch
saw-
going right through it.
I definitely saw that too. It could have been a little bit of the netcode being a little strange.
Definitely netcode, yeah.
Yeah, these things can happen like that. Oh, come on. All right, Table. Table's had kind of a nasty habit so far of holding on to rush a little bit longer than perhaps they should.
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe we'd see at least something to turn the tables, even if it wasn't gonna like completely KO Brass. But we're moving on to the second round anyway. He's gonna have some leverage with the rush here, so maybe it's all well and dandy.
Get the shock. Out comes the rush.
Here we go, 290 on the counter rush for Astro here, looking mighty fine so far.
And Table, like, one of the problems here is Table is playing like, if he isn't able to get like in enough, he plays this stage super defensively, and it just means that Astro's just like getting these really absurd and powerful like defensive nades spamming, and it's like,
yeah,
you can call it what you want, but it doesn't matter because it's so good and effective. It is just a bombardment of nades. He definitely needs to start with this tempo, and he needs to be able to hold on to it. We do see Astro is just about at ready with another rush. Was not expecting the grab so quickly, and that is definitely a nice bit of damage. Table was not ready for that jump grab though, and he's going to get jump grabbed again. Has to be ready for this, and Astro's just going to quickly pummel him down because, as you might notice, he doesn't have rush, and he's not going to have it for a little bit longer.
Absolutely.
Oh, but he runs into it, and that's going to not kill him. Out comes the grab. Out comes the nade.
Excellent nade from Astro there. Man, it was looking so good for Table. Like you were just talking about how much better he was off just staying right up in front of Brass, and like he was such a good like spot, such good like leverage, and then like it just went south really quickly. I don't even know exactly like where it went wrong. It just like I think it's just like a couple of rush exchanges where it just
he just ended up choking. He made a bunch of missed calls that just like he was feeling the pressure, and he just threw out a good like there were probably like 3, 4 maybe, like if we looked back at that match, I can probably pinpoint to you like several moments where it's like, aside from like just that miss with the glove going straight over Brass, like
dude, that was so tragic. Oh. Alright, and we're gonna see the counter pick over to Temple. That you can definitely ensure. I mean, you know, as long as you're like in the lower ends of the stage, that won't happen with Chilla again. So
yeah,
there's definitely that comfort at least. So I think I like this counter pick. I think this is pretty nice for Table here. He can definitely be defensive when he wants to. He's got a lot of these good vantage points for like guiding Bird around the pillars and like a different elevation to make things tricky for Brass, and there's enough of like some close range pressure play for the stage where he can get what he wants off of that.
Indeed. And definitely like trying to focusing a lot more on capitalizing Astro whenever he jumps, because Astro likes to jump, and Brass has good jumps, but when you just throw them out as willy-nilly as Astro is, where he's like looking for reads in a lot of situations and just throwing out his punches, if you're planning around those are very big moments of vulnerability that you can very easily capitalize on.
Yeah, I totally agree. Ooh, good counter rush here.
A big thing about Table 2 is like he does not use his rush defensively either. That could have been that absolutely could have just been a block.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of understand that with Brass, like in double nades, like you want to be at least a little bit cautious, but at the same time, we haven't seen that presented like at all, and we could use try to at least present it in Astro's mind a little bit to give him a little more to think about.
There goes that last pillar. I believe we are out. But we've got an ice chain coming in with a Dendi grab to follow it up.
Ooh. Oh, did just enough to put him in the red. I kind of agreed with him holding on the rush for that long. It was unfortunate. Even I didn't really notice like that grab would be just enough to be able to put him in that super perma-buff mode.
He just needs like 2 good hits from here if he doesn't go for the rush. But Astro can just like mash. He just has 2 safe options. He can power through. He can potentially go for a shield break here.
Oh, the choke rush. Yeah.
Oh, but Astro's gonna choke as well.
Yeah.
Stray hit.
Yeah, not quite.
Stray hit. That's all that's needed. But it's gonna be Astro getting that stray hit instead.
There we go. Yeah, it needed to be a little bit higher and a little bit closer for that rush confirm to work. But Astro's certainly going to take it anyway. 3-1 for the man in the brass. He's going to secure a spot in that grand finals. Waiting for whoever comes out on losers to face him again, whether it be Garrison, whether it be Emperor, or whether it be Table looking for that run back.
I want to see that run back. He's got it.
Yeah, I do
he
too.
needs to calm down. He needs to collect himself. He was doing so good before the internet outage, and once it came back, he had a really great moment. But he immediately started getting tensed about the whole thing. He needs to calm down, or they need to calm down. Table needs to calm down, collect themselves, get ready, swing back, get back into the groove, get that momentum going in the comeback finals. And just swing. I could see Table winning this. They just need to keep their cool.
For sure. I mean, and to be fair though, like I've been in like, it wasn't exactly a bracket, but it was like an event where like I was fighting against Saturn Bars for all the old heads who remember that name.
Saturn.
And yes, the Master Mummy player, and I was doing pretty well, and my internet like froze on me, and I had to like jump back in, and like that, I'm gonna tell you, that like ruins your momentum just completely. So I kind of get where the headspace of where Table is at, and I mean, even if that didn't happen, like you're fighting Astro, right? Like that's gonna be a tough battle anyway, but it would have been, I would definitely really like to see a run back where those mishaps don't happen, where we can just see those two fight together like clean, like head on from there on out.
Indeed.
Okay. And yeah, unfortunately, no Master Mummies in defaults. I always have such fun watching default mummy, but you know,
They're so hard to do.
Yeah, I get it. At the same time, like I get it. I kind of get it. So, you know, that's how it be. But right now, we're gonna look at this this Ninjar and this the other Twin Tail that's still here in the bracket. So we're gonna look at that. I thought these two, did they face against each other, or did Garrison fight against Table? I don't remember. It was Garrison and Table. They fought last time. I think I remember. I thought I remember seeing that. Okay, so we're gonna get Garrison facing off against a different flavor of Twin Tail. Should be cool.
Indeed, indeed.
You feel it? No, you didn't, Danny. I don't want to see your defaults, Mummy. Come on, bro. No, don't do that. Come on, don't do that.
I love Dendi's default. I like Dendi could bring out a toilet brush and I would applaud him.
We listen. Now we played a little bit of friendlies before. I don't want to see him again. We've done some stupid stuff, and I can't, like, seeing him again. Like, I don't want to. It would just remind me of like the interactions we've had, and I'm not looking into that right now. There's too much shame to be brought.
Yeah.
No, you did not bully me with B&B. No, that's not what happened. I did whatever. That's not the same thing. I was just you know, it was a different circumstances. The sun was in my eyes. My hands were cold. You know, just different things were happening back then.
Yeah. Well, we got another quote added into the list, and we're gonna head into Buster Beach.
Nice. Very nice. That's very, very nice. Okay, so
Yes.
we're looking at sort of this is kind of like onsets we've been seeing before for both of these players. I don't think you can go too wrong with these. I mean, Bob and is it? Yeah, that's a no. It's Buff. Buff's the green one.
Buff is the green one. Yes.
Yeah.
You
Buff
might be
and
mistaken
Black,
because this is Bite and Bark's stage, and Bite and Bark
Yes.
has the other one, which is Bub.
Yes. Yeah, that's definitely like the confusing part, but I think this is definitely like a good like starter set against Twintel. Obviously Tri-Blast on Quinn with her slowdown, it's a very good like counter against what she likes to do, and having like Buff be able to control that space is very nice.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
always you have T-Bird on Chilla with for Emperor, and I mean that's pretty just nice and reliable as well. You very like high reward set there.
I love that how Garrison is owning this Hot Pocket. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't care that I'm in the Hot Pocket. I like Hot Pockets. Emperor
Yeah,
actually like trying to slap him out for a moment. His character just like trying to slap Garrison out of the Hot Pocket because it's like, nah, you're too good in there. Get out of there.
Yeah. And
Yo!
He like rolled himself back into the Hot Pocket. That was like the weirdest thing. It was so like, it's weirdly cool too. I'll be real. And I mean, it seems like it's working out. Garrison took that first round, so pretty sick.
Just really nice plays with this Ninjara. Emperor definitely no one to sneeze at either. Twintel really scary, and Chilla Thunderbird really clean combo. Nice grab confirmed there for 160 damage.
Yeah, that was super nice. Trying to look for that confirm.
Oh, he tries to go for it. He gets it the second time.
Oh, what?
He just jump grabbed twice while Emperor was rushing, and he landed it the second grab. This is a madman.
Yeah, that was so. I mean, I guess we can't afford to do that because like Ninjara, like with his shield, he can't really like block rushes. So it's like, like what else are you gonna do, right? So
I mean, you might as well pull out the old Ninjara cheese every once in a while.
yeah,
The older it
exactly.
gets,
Ooh.
the better it is.
Yeah, indeed. That was a good shield from Emperor. He's gonna set the tone here with the ice. Gonna throw them out, put him away from the Hot Pocket where he's proven himself too powerful. As he builds enough rush, he's gonna try to see if he can get maybe some kind of T-Bird confirm. It feels like he's really looking for it.
Indeed.
Alright. You're gonna continue to scrap right now. Really wants it. Ooh, went for it anyway.
Managed to make it land.
Yeah, pretty decent damage, all things concerned, but he still does not have the health lead. 7 seconds. Garrison has rush. He needs to be able to put out some sort of surprise. Oh, no, not quite gonna find it. I think if maybe Emperor thrown out like a bird, like a wide bird from like way over to the left.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that would have been enough, but unfortunately, decision making kind of failed him a little bit there. Just ended up a little bit short. Garrison's gonna take that first game rather.
Indeed. Really solid first game. I'm not expecting bans, so I'm just gonna leave it with the stage picks, and we'll see where they go next.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot Emperor likes to have like the random stages on. That's right, I forgot about that. I was about to check Discord. I was like, oh right, we're playing the roulette wheel.
Yep.
Very
we are
cool.
playing the tasty slots.
Alright. We'll see what it looks like. Emperor maybe possibly setting up some kind of counter pick, maybe. We'll see. Oh, here we go. Dr. Coil, kind of a spicy counter pick. That would not have been my first idea for what they could have been switching to, but we'll see how it turns out.
And just a heads up too, we are back in best of 3. This is not top 3. These two are fighting to get, or is this fighting to get to top? Yeah, this is fighting to get to top 3. So, if Garrison wins in Viadolch, he just moves on to fight up against Table. We do need, Emperor needs to win the next 2 sets to be able to advance.
Oof. Now, right now, Garrison is looking super comfortable with his arm picks in particular against Emperors. Emperor, I kind of like the coil pick, but it's unfortunately with like the Parabola, it's just leaving them wide open with those Tri-Blasts, and especially with the way Coil's movement works.
Yeah.
And with how narrow the stage is, it's kind of putting them a little bit of a, almost like a little bit of like an open cage where they can't really get out.
Yeah. If you're not Dastardly, this is the worst stage you could put Coil. So this is like painful luck because you can't do most of the Coil's abilities, and you've got like arms that like barely can contend with this. Like, yes, both of these arms, you could make the argument can beat Tri-Blast, but they don't. Not in this scenario.
No, for sure. We are going to see the Lockjaw come out along with the Birdchuck, which I think I would probably agree with, just to have like more things like on screen. You know, when you have like Charge Lockjaw and in combination with a Birdchuck on screen, it's going to have more things going on. But yeah, it's still kind of be a little bit of an uphill battle with what we just mentioned.
Yeah. Let this be a lesson to everybody. This is why you do not leave the stage on random. If you're wanting to win in earnest, this is why you don't leave the stage on random, because you have the freedom to pick stages that work well for you, and then you let chance decide. Chance decides the character you're going to your character's worst stage against a character that far better handles that stage than you.
Yeah, luck is not always going to be on your side. That much we know, but we did see Emperor get a little bit of that rush at the end there. Hopefully that might be the momentum he's looking for, but unfortunately we're seeing Garrison is like
he's just outboxing him at this point.
Just like, yeah, just absolutely making his way through, and he's been able to build enough rush to close this thing out, and it's looking pretty nice for Garrison right now. Getting a pretty clean 2-0. He'll be moving on to losers finals to face Mr. Table. Yeah, elevation levels especially is such a huge deal. I mean, especially like obviously, you know, when you're fighting like Coil and stuff. She's on like that lower end of Via Dolce and you're on the higher end. You're like technically at that like middle, like kind of at, like that even meeting point where you guys are at height wise. It's very difficult to get over.
Indeed. Alright, and with that, I believe we are going to be moving back to table. And we've got Garrison continuing to stick in. So let's get things set up, and we can commence with the comeback finals. We are nearing the end of this tournament.
That is crazy. Very, very nice. This is a good little showcase. Nice and compact, like 2.5 hours. I'm guessing would be like how long his brag would be. Pretty good.
Yeah, we're just 10 minutes over 2, and I could definitely see the rest of this going through in 20 minutes. Best of 5s can take a while, but they're also not going to take forever in ARMS.
Right. Yeah. For sure. And I think with the characters that we have left in defaults, I think that would be like even like a little bit shorter. You know, we've got Ninja. I mean, Ninja like typically takes things a little bit slow, like, but we've got the other two, Twin Tail and Brass. Like, we could definitely see things move along like, a little bit faster. Maybe we see things a little bit more like things having be like more explosive.
Yeah. Yeah, now we are heading into Twintel. We are going back to Twintel versus Ninjara, and yeah, Ninjara's big thing is like he is incredibly good,
Right.
but
Very
you can
good.
just hard counter him with heavies. And Brass is a pseudo heavy, so that's like Twintel, that's a give or take, where it's like if Ninjara's advantage, it is explosively in his advantage, but if Brass is an advantage, then Ninjara is sad.
Yeah, it's just bad. Yeah, it's very bad.
Granted,
I wholeheartedly agree.
Granted, one of the best characters for countering gloves is Ninjara, and you also get buffs, so you can kind of contend and survive.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he could definitely like box you out very easily, and even like counterbox. Like he's got an excellent arm for that with Tri-Blast. So it's it works out, and even like even if he wants to be like super aggressive, he's got that chakra. It's still like a really good arm. We haven't really seen it yet from. I don't believe we've seen it yet anyway from Garrison. Like that's a pretty good like checkmate tool. You know, if push comes to shove, so you definitely have some options. Right. So it looks like we're going to spar, I think. I think that's what that means. I would like to say, yeah, so we've got it set up here. And let's see, I think maybe with the way these two people play, it could actually maybe see, even though Table picked this, I could maybe see this being more in Garrison's favor.
I'm not, yeah, I can actually, yes.
Yeah, just in the way like what we've seen Table play so far, but he could be a little bit more being more aggro against Ninjara in particular. So we'll have to see how things play out. Oh, the shock and grab gets him every time. See some good corner pressure from here. Ooh, that's gonna be very tough to deal with.
I'm surprised that Garrison's starting off with the chakram. I mean, I guess it's a matchup thing between these two in particular, but I personally find that Tri-Blast to be a much meatier and effective decision alongside the buff, especially against that Actress aura.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I kind of like the idea of like, I mean, this is like a close-ended like post-phase area, right? Like,
That's fair.
Shotgun's obviously very good in that like those circumstances, but I can definitely see where your head is at with that. And obviously, like,
nice rush
here, right? Like that's gonna be pretty nice. Unfortunately, it's gonna leave him in a little bit of a hot spot with Table having full rush. He's pushing the corner, and he's gonna have to really make something work to make sure he doesn't get fully screwed. So they're just scrapping right now.
Table can finish this off with a rush if they find the moment. Again, another like too patient on this rush could cost them, as Garrison is getting more rush charged up and gets the kill.
There is, doesn't have a chance to use it. Well, I mean, rather they don't have the opportunity where they like trigger it and use it.
Yeah. And against Ninjara too. So something for people to keep in mind in a matchup like Ninjara, because of how that shield is, if you're aware that your opponent feels like their shield is just going to fail them in a situation like this, more often than not, they're going to dive out and try to throw a counter punish. And more often than not with Ninjara, it's a dash, jump into the air dash, and if they don't have rush, they're going to throw something out. If you pop rush, wait for them to start dodging, and then you throw out the rest your rush, they can't stay away from it anymore, and you immediately beat them.
Absolutely, that's a good anti-Cobra strat too.
Oh yeah.
It's like wait until they jump, and you're like, oh yeah, you only have your air dash. You don't really have many places to go. So just kind of
granted, that's if they don't have a rush.
Right, of course. Man, I'm really impressed with Garrison's like evasion right now. Like he's been constantly pushing to the wall, and like he's using all of these like minor like micro movements with Ninjara and these like shield teleports to really make sure he doesn't get put in
Yeah, here it
bad
is.
spot.
Table not going for the rush. Garrison is the rush button presser. Garrison's gonna win. Press that rush button.
Definitely, it's a good button for sure. Like out of all of your buttons that you have in arms, when you have that, it's a good option.
Yeah.
You have very good leverage with it.
So something else I do want to note in that circumstance, Table is going for rush when they feel it is absolute. Not reads, not counters. It's a Thunderbird into rush. Its opponent has made a blatantly huge error going into rush. That is a very classic flaw of a lot of Twin Tail players, where they feel they're so safe and have so much control that it's like they go for the perfect confirms. Or like if you have something like a Thunderbird, you forget how to play neutral and go for rushes in neutral, and you just go, if I get that, then I go for the rush. Like, simple logic of like exaggerating it. If you have a Thunderbird plus Popper, then you're like, I'm not pressing rush until I hit you with the Thunderbird, then hit you with the Charge Popper, then rush you, so I can just like clip that.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. Yeah, I think it needs to be a little bit more risky, I guess, for lack of a better word, with their rush to be able to make sure. I mean, because what's the worst thing that can happen, right? You miss rush, and like, depending, like, especially if it's the middle of the match, like, you're probably gonna get it back at some point, right? Like, you have another chance to use it, you know. So it's gonna be it's a better way to use it overall. I like the way Dendy phrases it. It's my favorite button when it lands, and when it doesn't, it's my least favorite button. That's true.
Yeah,
I think I agree with that.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is very true.
For me, I tend to have a really fun mentality, or I have a mentality with rush where it's like, especially since I play more aggressive weapons, that I'm like, if I don't get the rush to fully land, I've weakened the shield. Now I can break the shield. If that's not the case, or otherwise, it's okay. I landed because they're scared. Sometimes they punish it, and I'm like, oh dang, that sucks. But then for my opponent's rush, I'm usually on the situation where it's like, I'm probably building rush faster than them. Mechanica, it's not going to be true for every character, but in regards to Mechanica, oh, here we go.
Oh man, he thought he had that opening. That Chilla was I can see where he was at. Like, he had that angle where it's like, Chilla's not going to hit me, but like, it just bopped him right there when he tried to grab, and he couldn't quite get what he wanted.
But another thing too is, especially if you're afraid of your opponent's rush, like say Table is afraid of Garrison's rush here. Like in situations like that, sometimes the best decision you can make is just to force your opponent.
Right.
Like just be like,
yeah, for sure.
If it's somebody who might throw grabs as mix-ups because they're trying to pressure you with rush, just like throw out so many punches that they just go, you know what, F this, presses the rush button. Sure, you take 300 damage, but they don't have rush anymore, and then you continue pressuring them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's like a multitude of like rush use cases that are very valuable.
Yeah, rush
sure.
is
Even,
fun.
Like, indirect ones like that. Rush is very fun.
Rush is stupid good, and it's cheap and not fair, but it's fun.
Yeah, I think I can agree with I can agree with all those things at once. I think those are all true. Absolutely. Oh, the T-Bird last second. The Table making it pretty nice. I kind of like the Parasol counterpick was kind of like spicy, but I think there's like you have a little bit more of that consistency when you have the T-Bird with you.
That was a good counterpick too. Like if Garrison isn't going to do counterpicks or like bans or anything.
Yeah, it just
but like I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure Garrison wins this. But because he's not doing stage bans, he's not picking things, he's not trying to cover his back. Then that means that it's really easy for a table just to pick wherever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Let's see if, looks like the last stage, or potentially the last stage, because, I mean, I thought I was 2-2 earlier, is going to be Temple, I believe, or unless that's the, no, because table 1. Yeah, table 1, so
Yeah.
that's, Garrison has to choose, yeah.
Yeah,
That got me
they did it backwards.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now. I got a little backwards. All right. Show 'em, Den. Teach those bots who's boss.
Oh, yo, we got a bot. Oh, yo, let's go. No, we don't.
Their message got deleted very quickly.
Yeah, Gaddy is on top of it. Gaddy is elite.
Nice. Let's go Gaddy and Dendy. Let's see. Mazo and Scrap for the ban. Okay. Okay, I feel like those are probably. I mean, that one. I feel like that wouldn't be like the worst stages if like Table had to play on them, but like, I think if he's like not comfortable with it, that's your prerogative for sure. Oh, shoot, my water's almost out. Stay hydrated, everyone.
Yes. Do make sure you stay hydrated.
Yeah, very important. Very important indeed. Water is indeed good for you. I've learned that last week, very, very dearly. Alright, so it looks like we are, probably gonna go with Temple, which I think that's a good counter pick for Garrison. I think, like, Tri-Blast pretty, naturally leads him to, like, a good advantage on that stage. It's a very, very pesky arm on that stage, and I think Twintel generally doesn't like that stage anywhere on any stage, so I think that just makes sense,
Yeah.
I think that makes very, very good sense.
I think he's doing it because Table was picking it before in the confusion.
Oh, I see. Well, either way, I think it works pretty well to his advantage. And we're seeing the Tri-Blast right now. Good combo here. Setting the pace here a little bit. Want to maintain that mid-range so that the Tri-Blast works. It's good magic. Ooh. Good follow-up. Alright.
So yeah, starting things off, both players about relatively even. Table is playing it defensively, hiding behind the pillars. Garrison's trying to be a little more in the front and pushing with these attacks. We've got Rush ready on both ends. He is just gonna gun for it with that weakened shield. That is a nice 70 on top of that broken shield. Like, that's another thing, too, and that's what I'm talking about, is like, oh no, I whiffed my rush. But if you've got something like Tri-Blast and Buff, it's like, oh no, you blocked it. I guess I'll just break your shield then instead.
Yeah, that's definitely like one benefit of Tri-Blast Rush. I think in like most cases, you're probably gonna break their shield, and I mean, sure, it's not gonna be the most amount of damage you can get, but like, you're like getting some distance, and you get like something out of it. You get like good like wake-up games off of it too.
Yeah.
It's just, it's very scary.
Nice finishing blow. Got set to the Magic Pixel against all odds, but a Tri-Blast poke will be enough to take Table down. And Garrison is going to continue having another point lead, delving deeper into control. An unfortunate rush, but Table's going to rush in and ends up eating 130 damage as a result. Might have been just a courtesy there, just like, I saw you whiffed your rush there. You deserved it, though. Here, have some points.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There you go. Oh, the spicy explosion into the tick throw. That was nice.
That was a nice catch there.
Alright, he's looking super comfortable here. Table's gonna have to make like a crazy comeback once to be able to set the pace a little bit more in his favor.
He has not pressed that rush button once this set, and he's gonna lose because of that. Garrison with a perfect as well.
Yeah, it was looking pretty clean. I think that like ties it up. I think because I thought it was like 2-1 Table's favor, right?
Yeah, or it was 1-1.
I remember. Oh, it was 1-1. Okay, I see. I see. Alright, so that would be 2-1 in Garrison's favor.
Indeed. Garrison is now looking for one more victory to be able to advance. And face off against Astro. Lambert, I'd be happy to see Garrison make it. I want to see Table make it too. Like, I'm going to be honest. Both of these players have a good shot at being able to take Astro's brass on.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like, out of what we've seen here, aside from, like, maybe Frosty, like, I can't, at least from what I understand, I can't think of too many other players to make top 3 than these 3.
Yeah.
They're all
I think,
phenomenal right now.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that for sure. I mean, we've had like players like Pixel on here, but they couldn't quite make it to the bracket. So I would agree wholeheartely. Looks like we're going back to the Dolce. I definitely agree with this counter pick. Table looked super strong in this stage with what they had going on. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already seeing like they're like he's already on top of Garrison.
But Garrison is just hugging that wall and dancing back and forth, and Table cannot do anything to the man.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a better handle on like the evasion, and he gets like a good rush confirm 280 on top of the initial hit. It's very nice. Gonna set a little bit more of a pace as he kind of drives back into the other end of the wall here.
Garrison gonna be able to get the kill. We are on match point. One more win is all Garrison needs, and we'll be seeing Astra step back into the ring.
Very nice. We're starting to see now, I think Garrison's making a little bit better use of like those really long strides that Najara has with his dash. Like that's something I always forget about whenever I'm fighting him. Is that, like his dashes go on for like so long. Like he's got such a long stride on top of like how fast it is, and like even on a stage that's narrow like this, like he kind of goes back and forth like this. It's kind of ooh. Oh, we're gonna see a little bit of a disconnect, unfortunately. I think it didn't look like Table disconnected that time.
No, that was Garrison.
Yeah, that was Garrison. Oof. And unfortunately, the table was flipped on his side of the internet, unfortunately.
The table has now broken on Garrison. The Garrison
Yeah.
has broken.
The
What is the
tables have
Garrison?
been... I don't know. I think that's just like a last name or something. I don't know if that's like... Oh, no, I guess that's like... No, it's like a military term, isn't it? Like a...
Yeah, that's a fort.
Yeah, it's like a fort. Which I guess is kind of similar. I don't know.
Yeah. The troops stationed in a fortress town. Garrison. Noun. The troops stationed in a fortress or town to defend it. Oh, so like guards.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I guess that's actually not as similar as I thought it would be then. That is disappointing.
Yeah,
Now we can't make any dumb puns about Garrison being like a table.
The Garrison slept in.
Garrison's left. Yeah.
Or they had a sudden nap. A nap attack.
Under the table. There we go.
Yeah.
We've come around full circle.
We've made a circle. Congratulations. What flavor is the circle?
Alright. Back to Dolce. I don't really remember what the rush advantage was. I know Garrison was up around.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
So we'll get that going.
Yeah, these two fortunately seem laid back enough where they probably don't care too much about the rush advantage in a certain way, but we'll just kind of have to wait and see. Garrison's gonna get that very hard. We go into the second round here.
Wow, perfect! That's amazing!
Very hard.
Alright, he's popping the rush, so I think they're considering that. Wait. Oh, are they giving table? I guess they're giving table the point.
I guess so.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if they're both cool with it, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to 1-1 as fresh as possible for both sides. But you know what? Sure.
Yeah. All right.
If this is what they want.
Yeah. Yeah. It's if they're cool with it, then that's cool. So we've got a reminder, you guys can see it, but the score is 2-1 in Garrison's favor. He just needs one more round to be able to make it potentially face off against Astro. Although the table, rather, is not too far off away themselves to go for that run back either.
Indeed.
Ooh, a little scramble here. Get that 1-2 from the Electric Keeper. Nice. And Garrison, as always, is going to be able to glue his back up against that wall where he's comfortable and staying pretty effective with that kind of zoning. Oh, grab barely missed.
Oh, comes the rush. Oh, but both are going to whiff here. Gets a nice 30 damage still. The table is quickly knocked into critical. Garrison just a hair above himself.
Ooh.
A final hit is all Garrison needs to take this table down. And it is broken.
Very nice. Yeah, Garrison was throwing out a whole lot at that close range. I think it kind of overwhelmed table a little bit with like everything else going on. So that's going to give Garrison that extra set point to be able to come up from losers finals against Astro. This is going to be a little bit of an uphill battle since he will have to make that reset if he wants to take this whole thing. He's going to have to win 6 games total against Astros, just normal 3. But we'll see what happens.
Indeed. Yeah, this is going to be a tough hill to climb if Garrison's going to be able to pull this off, but I have faith. I have faith in Garrison. I'm going to put faith in Garrison.
Yeah, I think he could do it. I mean, granted, like Ninjara against Brass, that's a little scary, especially in defaults. But I think with the way he's like, the way his defense looked and everything, I wouldn't count him out. I really wouldn't. I think he has what it takes to be able to potentially make it out. And of course, Astro, a very talented player as well. I think he's, yeah, of course, in winners finals, he's looking pretty nice to be able to take this too.
I mean,
it could definitely go either way.
It's. I don't speak of Astro not because I don't think he has a shot, but because it's Astro. That's like that's like saying the grass is exists. I don't know. It's like
the grass is green.
He is clearly one of, if not the best player in just ARMS. Like, this man has put so many hours into this game. He has so much experience. He does so many things. He is like the epitome of like ARMS in a lot of regards, or at least from what we see and understand.
Right. No, for sure. Just thought I'd mention that just in case. I don't know. Maybe there's like new viewers out there wondering like, why are you so biased against this like Emperor guy? What the heck? But you know, gotta set the context here of the potential underdog stories.
Undies dog.
Undies dog. Yeah, Undies dog.
Yeah, the Undies dog.
It's my favorite Superman.
Me running
character.
out of my door to put my life savings into betting that grass exists. Let's go.
Put money on that.
Hey, you know what? You know, I can give you all like. Hang on, let me just set this up. Wait, no, that's the wrong thing.
While we get that set up, I'm gonna be right back. I'll be back in like a minute. I'm gonna get some more water before we close this thing out real quick.
Here, we got. Give you 5 minutes to vote. What do you think? Does grass exist? Put your money where your mouth is. Put your life savings in. Do you think grass exists or not? Or don't. I don't know. Up to you. Alright, looks like we're going to be starting things off with tempo. Griff made a clip. Oh gods. I'll have to look at it later. Please don't make me. Alright, let's get it going. Grand Finals match. Astro going in with Dr. Coil. Garrison going in with the Ninjara. Needs to win 2 best of 5s if Garrison wants to take this. Astro, he's just got to win 3 sweet points. Can he do it? Can Garrison overcome the monolith known as Astro's Dr. Coil? Only one way to find out.
For sure, we're gonna have to see. It's like, no tempo. What was it? Was this, who selected this stage? Was it Astro or Garrison? Astro? Okay, yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, Astro on tempo. Like, I mean, Astro on tempo too, but like, Coil on tempo in general is just, there's not too many places where you can go wrong there.
Yeah. Garrison's
Alright,
got
Garrison
that rush
gets
ready.
the-
You know he's looking
Yeah.
for a chance now. He's trying to find
Right.
his way in.
Right. One nice thing about playing Dr. Coil, especially with Tri-Blast, you've got those a lot easier rush confirms than you would normally have against other characters. Like especially up close, you get that good, nice charge Tri-Blast up close. You get a very good conversion off that.
Oh, that's a heavy whiff.
Oh, how tragic! And of course the Lockjaw. Rare footage of charged Lockjaw hitting and winning the round for the player there. That's gonna set the tone here for this set.
Yeah, that's a heavy tone to start off on, and a clean reminder why you have to respect Coil. Period. Like it does,
Yeah.
like, and that's also why I said what I said about Coil and defaults. Her arms aren't good, but it doesn't matter. It's Dr. Coil. You just have to be okay with her arms and just know how to play Dr. Coil.
Yeah. And I mean, I wouldn't even say like the arms themselves are bad. It's just like they're awkward. They're
Yeah.
just like it's just a really awkward set in general. You've got good stuff like bird chuck and things, but I mean, especially against Ninjara, it's like it's really weird. But Astro's kind of just making it work. He's getting these like he's getting charged parabola. It's like when's the last time you've seen charged parabola hit someone in real life? I know I haven't.
Wait, this is real life?
Yeah, this is real life. No, this is absolutely we're in a simulation. That's what I mean to say.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Lockjaw making his way through. The little guy that could being able to close out the game for Astra 1-0.
Indeed. Starting off strong, definitely demonstrating just how, like, it's Dr. Coil. What more needs to be said?
Yeah, there you go. I mean, the interesting thing about like defaults Coil, like you're not really most of her like strong points, like her rush build and like her like super aggressive nature is kind of it's not quite there with defaults, but like you've still got like, I mean, her movement is her movement, right? Like that doesn't change. Like her movement is still the same. You're still gonna trick people up. You're still gonna avoid rush like it's nothing, you know, and you're still gonna have at least a pretty decent time with, you know, at least most mashups for the default meta.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Alright, so I think we got our vote going. Let's see what the results are. So, the question is, does grass exist? And the answer is yes, grass does exist. We got our results. Wow. I know, it's wild.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm glad we could all come together to be able to come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
Only we could do that.
Yeah, it's really big coming together moments. I feel I have many strong feelings, like so bubbly and
Yeah.
warm about that. It's like,
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, listen, if we happen to be wrong, there's a huge payout going to Griff, so
yeah,
I mean, let's hope for his sake we really are in a simulation.
he made all of the dollars.
Yeah, he would. Oh god! I just realized what we're looking
Wait.
at. Okay, so we got a funny little situation. We got double blorb helix action. Where's my blorb lovers in chat? All my blorb lovers in chat right now.
There are none. There no such thing as a blorb lover because Whammer is the superior arm. It is the true arm. Anybody who thinks otherwise is wrong. Blorb is inferior to Whammer. But Blorb is second place, okay? It's second place.
You're very fortunate EU is not up at this time. I think otherwise I think they would have you like blacklisted from Twitch or something just for that alone. But we'll be good. We'll be okay. This is I'm just gonna see these guys come out. We've got 45 seconds left. I don't know what the game plan is here.
Both are struggling immeasurably to do anything to the other. Blorbs are very hard to wield well, especially against a Helix.
Oh,
nice 400 damage rush does get Garrison back in the game, but he is still just a fraction lower on health, and that rush will allow Astro to take the points. We have government conspiracy theories going on in chat, which I guess is very appropriate since, you know, we've got two Helixes duking it out. Dendi, if you want more evidence to go with your case, Helix is green like grass, and Helix is created by Dr. Coyle, aka the government. So,
true. Dr. Coyle is also green too.
Yeah, Dr. Coyle is also green.
Yeah, that's just more layers on top of it.
So you can use that to convince Griff further if needed. Yeah, Griff, I have bad news. You were made by the government.
Wow. That's gonna take some time for him to unpack that. But,
yeah.
You're doing all right. All right, we're gonna have a dance off. Right
Believe is Canadian. She can't lie. That is what am I trying to say? That's a lie created by the government. Canadians can lie, but the government told you otherwise.
I see. For the secret motives, I guess, the secret alliance going on between the Canadian liars and the American truthers. I see.
I mean, yeah, I told the truth regarding the conspiracy, but that's because I'm naive as shit.
Right. I mean, naturally, is how it goes.
That's less of a government conspiracy and more Maleef just being her. She's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go. This got Mimi so fast. I don't know what happened. I left to get water, and I came back, and it's like I'm in Bizarro world.
Yeah, everything kind of just fell apart really quickly.
Maybe you straight. Like, I don't know.
You cut out. Did the government cut out what you were trying to say? Oh gods. I didn't hear everything you said. You said I should, and then you just stopped.
I was saying you shouldn't hydrate after all. But.
Yeah, maybe water is made by the government.
It probably is. There's like I think that's, people do say that, like there's like the fluoride in the water makes you like, yeah, it just changes your brain or whatever. I believe it. I'll subscribe to that.
You too can subscribe for only $5 a month.
Oh, there we go. That's a good segue. Good
yeah.
job.
Yeah, you get a bunch of emotes.
There we go.
You're gonna go tell your government mandated mother I love them before I break into government mandated here.
Man. Well, it's good that you're following procedure at least. Wouldn't want to suddenly go AWOL.
Yeah. I don't know what these two are doing.
I don't either.
They're not. They didn't say anything in chat.
Yeah, I think they're conspiring with each other now.
Ah, that would explain it.
Yeah, okay, that's the only explanation, because they decided to go to Snake Park, and Garrison was like, yeah, for sure. So,
Yeah, no, yeah.
what we're doing.
Garrison probably like, please, let's go to Snake Park. I really want to go to Snake Park. And
Yeah.
so it's like, bet. They're probably doing some like Master Mummy, ditto, Master Mummy Mirror.
I think it's still gonna be Helix maybe, but that could be me.
You know, it'd be really funny if they went to Snake Park, but they were both Dr. Coil, so they couldn't use the snake boards. All right,
Oh, there we go.
You got it.
The
You
Helix.
got it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see what he's. Listen, I mean, like Helix is like the one I mean, like, well, I mean, there's multiple characters, but like Helix is the hardest to pinpoint in Snake Park. That's like you get to your peak, like crap post moment in Armed is like double Helix in Snake Park, and we're gonna.
Question: is Snake Park
gonna-
fabricated by the government? Look at all the green. Is
Yeah.
that grass? Did the government grow that?
I think that answers your question.
I see.
Yeah. We're seeing a lot of grabs in this match too. You know what color those are?
Green. Is my favorite
100%.
color green because of the government?
Guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's guaranteed. They like conditioned you into thinking that so that they can fulfill their agenda.
Third commentator who's been
my
sitting
God.
beside me this whole time.
Just landed.
What do you think about that?
He just landed that rush. That was insane. That was like
Go touch
the most
grass
insane
more.
rush I've seen.
Yeah. It's a good rush.
Yeah. Whoa, the grab. Okay.
The place is called
All right.
Snake Park. A garden snake is a variety of snake. Gardens have grass in them. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh god, Gaddy cracked the Pandora's box in this conspiracy.
My mind is blown.
Yeah, this is it's come down to this moment, I think.
I've also been
I'm
told to
full-
go touch grass. Does this mean I'm supposed to go touch snakes?
I mean, you know, obviously they're not gonna say that directly, but like if you happen to see one, I think that's what they want. Like if you happen to see one like in the grass,
If I happen to see a snake in the grass, I should go touch it?
I think that's what they are implying. Yeah.
What if the snake is Kid Cobra? Should I still touch the snake? Because I might
I
get
think
like
you
a
should-
third-degree burn by trying to touch that snake.
I think they want you to touch Kid Cobra even harder. Like even like
You-
more so, just like grip it.
Do you want me to touch Kid Cobra even harder? Like, do that. That's possible.
Well, no, just like apply more pressure. That's like what it is. Like if you just like touch it, it's just like, you know, it's like simple contact, but like you just like press into it, and you're like you're getting it's harder by your.
Dear. Just aggressive like that's Kid Cobra.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's definitely it. Oh,
I don't even know what happened. I was normally like I get it. Sometimes I get silly and off the rails and things like happen. I was treating this whole thing seriously, and all of it, like I was focused on trying to treat it seriously, and then this happened.
yeah. No, I mean, listen. This like we couldn't stop this. They both agreed to it, and
We couldn't stop it. It's government mandated.
damn, Astro just jumped into that straight
Yeah,
up.
that ended up.
Just-
He ended up getting caught by that.
He just did that. I feel like he wants this to go on longer. I think that's what it is.
Or Garrison did
Mhm.
actually get a good read, or something. There's a lot of things. It could have been government mandated for all I know.
Oh yeah, he got the like the codec in his ear or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, you need to throw this match.
Did you know that the government, like, the president of, quote unquote, the United States showed up in the most recent episode of Ninjala?
I did not know
Coincidence?
this.
I don't think so.
Was there a lot of green in this
Some of the Space Ninjas are green, so, and there was grass in the scenes.
None of them are green. What are you talking about?
Yes, there are. Mimiron.
He is not green.
Mimirons are green.
Mimiron is not green. It's fucking teal. Shut up.
No, that's a Chocomin.
No, Mimiron is not
I can
green.
show
I
you.
will look it up right now.
Chico.
God, you're wrong.
I mean, if she says it's green, I'm gonna agree, because I think that's like, you have government space aliens, and I feel like they would have those. So it would only make sense at that point. Oh, the grab from downtown.
Look, Mimiron, small green space ninja with 3 eyes.
Yeah, that's text. That's not a picture.
Fuck you.
I think you are.
Believe the host is not Chico. Yeah, as far as we know. So, I mean, I think that's where the judgment lies.
Malieve
on.
is the hostess, not Chico. So Malieve's word is final. Congrats to Astro.
Yeah, that was the worst arm set I've seen in my life. Good job, guys. You did it. Good job to Astro. You've won the default bracket. Congratulations. I don't know. You're probably gonna sign up for customs. I wish you best of luck in that as well. Good job to Garrison as well. Very good evasion, both with Ninjar and with Helix at the end. So very nice. Yeah, good, and good job to all the players too. Obviously, it was good to get to see defaults again.
Do you see this?
Hey, receipts.
Hey, do you here? Oh, do you see? I'm uploading to stream. Do you see this thing?
Yeah, it's the pink one.
It's great.
It's.
I will slap you.
No, that's green.
Yeah,
that's definitely green.
See,
like I can see it.
Yeah, like Chico just does not have eyes. He can't.
No, it's the pink one. She's trying to lie to you. I'm
See-
sorry. I'm sorry you're getting lied to by your favorite streamer.
You don't even see the pink one anymore.
Because you made it disappear like a government conspiracy. You are the government. Welcome to ARMS. Hope you had a good time. Thanks, everyone.
Sign up for
Everybody.
sign up for the custom bracket. Dendy, drop a link in chat.
Yeah, that's exactly why I hopped in here. So tomorrow at 12 Central, 1 Eastern, it's going to be Customs Clash Championships. So basically what you saw today, Default Derby Deluxe, that is going to be the complete opposite tomorrow. Customs Clash is going to be a good old run-of-the-mill, straight-up ARMS Customs tournament. All characters, all ARMS sets are legal. We can't wait to see you guys. We can't wait to see what kind of sets you guys create, and we just can't wait to see all the matches.
It's gonna be. It definitely won't get off the rails like this one.
Well, I mean, it could.
I mean,
You said it's gonna. Wait, no, Dendy. You said it's gonna be the opposite of what happened here, or nothing like.
I mean, in
So.
terms of the rules set, I mean, if both
So
parties
Dendy,
agree on it,
Dendy. So that means the entire tournament is going to be one massive shit post, with
absolutely.
grand finals being the most intense, serious stuff ever.
Zero-tude, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Astro's gonna get zero-tude. Yeah, whoever got last a Pixel, since Pixel has a DQ, is gonna win. That's my China 2 prediction. I don't even think Pixel signed up, but I think that's my China 2 predictions. But anyways, it's not too late to sign up. It is going to be tomorrow this
Dendy.
afternoon. I know for all your European folks, who, if you guys are watching, it's going to be at a much more friendlier time for you guys to sign up. So we just can't wait to see you guys for day 3. Anyway, what's up, Malik?
Griff asks, did you draw the other half of the thing and voice chat and all that shit already?
Not yet. I got
Griff, that's spoilers. You can't talk about it here.
That's not.
Yes.
That's not. Yeah. That's not. What Griff's talking about? I'm going to acknowledge it in another place.
It's fan art. That's what it is. It's
Don't
pure fan art.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Consider Arms Arm 5 fan art. That's basically what it is. Consider it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's making fan fiction.
I'm making a fan fiction of Cold Stare X Nibbles, everyone.
There you go.
I'm sorry, what?
Cold Stare X Nibbles, everyone. You heard it here first.
Yeah, Cold
That's
Stare,
gonna
yeah,
be the. After Legends versus a new generation, which is this Sunday, by the way, don't forget to watch twitch.tv/flow_hammer. I'm going to read out loud a 5,000 word fanfiction of Cold Standard versus Nibbles.
Oh God.
Maybe Mark will get in there too. I don't know.
I don't want this. All right, I think that's my cue to leave, everybody. Thank you all.
Plug
for
yourself
having
first.
me. It was a
You do
blast.
streaming.
I do streaming occasionally. I haven't been streaming lately because I've been busy with my video, which I might plug.
Let's plug it. Yeah, let's plug the
Yeah,
video.
plug it.
Yeah.
Gold Star has
so-
been working on this video for like over 4 or 5 months. It's crazy. It's so
Yeah.
so well made.
Definitely like 2 to 4 months at least. It was definitely wild. It took me a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I don't know where I can find videos. Oh God. Okay, wait. Okay, here it is. I'm getting. Okay, I know how to work computers. I swear. Okay.
It's okay, buddy.
Okay, yes. Copy and then
Can't be worse
yes.
than me.
There we go. All right. There's the video. It's not quite to like the standard of like your summoning salt videos or whatever, but it's still highly edited. I'm quite proud of it. So check it out. Give it a like if you care to. If you'd like to support and all that jazz.
It's government mandated that you look at the video.
Yeah, I mean basically you don't have a choice anyway.
In all seriousness, though, it is a really well-made video. I watched it whenever it first dropped, and like, my God, I'm so proud of my homie. I think in Arm Central somebody asked him, "Hey, you should make more videos," and he was like, "No."
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah,
But it
that
definitely
was,
shows here. It definitely shows here. It's so good. It's so well made. So
well, thank
if you got 15 minutes to spare, I would absolutely give it a watch. And definitely recommend it to other people too, and anybody else, like any friends you may have that wants to get into the game or anything, or has probably seen you play the game. It's definitely a good intro video. It covers all the basics like really well.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, thank you, Astro, for saying that. That's very sweet. Yeah, and I wouldn't be opposed to other videos, but it would have to be like, I'd have to be like a streamed VODs or something of like me talking about like, I don't know, tier lists or whatever, or something a little more like I don't know.
Oh,
just
Cole,
like
do you want to
whatever,
make a tier
but
list together?
we go like together? That could be cool. That'd be super sick. But
I'd be
was-
down to collab something with you.
Yeah, I was also thinking like tier list comparisons, like looking at the tier lists over like the history, see how it changed. I thought that would be a cool idea too.
Ooh,
But,
yeah, and like explaining why things changed.
yeah,
At certain points, like when like Helix, Ribbon Girl, Springman were top tier or something like that.
yeah,
Or like
yeah.
when people thought Bite and Bark was a better character than Cobra.
Yes, probably better than Kid Cobra.
It was something else, man. You just had to have been there.
Yeah,
It was a wild world out there.
it was good.
Alright.
Well, anyways, with that, I'm about to hop off. Believe Gold Sector. You guys are awesome. You guys did amazing. I'm so happy I got to have all of you guys do the tournament, and I'm about to be back for day 3. So definitely stay tuned for that. It's gonna be twitch.tv /TK_Layla. So I can plug her channel in as well in the chat.
Yeah.
I
I'm about to
commentated with
hop off voice
Layla
call.
too. Nice. Alright. Super cool, dude. Alright, yeah, that should be cool. We both commentated with Layla. She is great. She is a like professional.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, I'm very excited to have her excited for us to have her join the customs bracket, be able to commentate that with Matthias. So that's gonna be sick.
Hi, beat you,
Try to-
Dendi.
I'm trying to gas that up as much as I can. But anyhow, I think that's my cue to head out too. I'm gonna get some food. I
Same.
haven't eaten in like, I don't know, like 6 hours or something. So
I woke up and
gonna-
went had IHOP, and I haven't eaten
Nice.
since, and it's been like 9 hours, 10 hours, 9 hours.
Nice.
Well, that's not
IHOP
nice.
IHOP is like a ball of lead. That keeps you like busy for a little while. But yeah, you should probably. That sounds like you need to eat.
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
Yeah.
let's call it off here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all take care of yourself. Go sign up for the Arms Custom Tournament coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
Kid Cobra is hot. Arm's nice. Ciao.
Very hard.
See ya, guys.